Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I'm your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by a group of friends of mine. This is where you say your name.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Greg.
Switch sides and he's all thrown off.
The timing is wrong.
I'm Trey. And I'm Martin.
All right, today we're bringing y'all Planet Steam, designed by Heinz-Georg Tiemann and published by Z-Man Games. So welcome everybody watching live around the world as well as after the fact. Before we get started, a big thanks to all of our patrons who helped make all of this possible. Special shout out to Andrew Clock. Say thanks for being a patron supporting the show. And before we get started, if you enjoy what we're doing here, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Hit the little bell so you get reminded whenever we go live, like so. And if you want to become one of those patrons, you can join us over on pledgehc.com. So Planet Steam, long story long, this actually plays a part, this game plays a part in the birth of Heavy Cardboard, because we actually broke off from our old game group to do a Game of the Month club. And because we kept churning through games, which I find ironic now, and we wanted to play one game a bunch of times before moving on to the next game. And so Tony and I started a group at our house, at my house, and we started playing this every week for a month. We did so. And then the show started up soon thereafter. However, I got rid of my copy of Planet Steam because I kind of burned out from playing it so much in a short succession. However, Vincent, one of our patrons, saw me at HeavyCon and said, hey, I know you talked about wanting to stream this, so here, I brought my copy if you want to do so. So here it is, and thank you, Vincent. So yeah, we played it last week before, something like that. Some of us, you and I are the two that have played this before, right, Trey?
Yeah.
All right, and you too. This is your second game, so it should be fun. There are a number of variants in this and other things that we could do. We are not playing with any of them, except for one minor one, which I think is pretty standard. Outside of that, we're playing just vanilla Planet Steam. And with that said, going to be doing the full teach, so I'll bring the cameras down and the chat down during the teach, and then bring everything up when we get started. So you all ready?
Yep.
All right, if you all are ready, let's go ahead and get into Planet Steam. Martin, take it away.
Welcome, dear imperialists. It is the year 2415. The Interplanetary Federation has done a great job in the last centuries. All necessary precautions have been taken to conquer this planet named Steam. The core of the planet consists of a 6,500 degrees Celsius hot source containing different resources, including water. It has taken over 100 years to complete the first block of 42 shafts from the surface to the core.
There we go. All right. So I guess that is supposed to tell us the theme of the game. Right, so welcome to Planet Steam. Here we are. All right, so what are you guys looking at? Well, the main board here is basically divided into roughly four, call it 5 areas, I guess. The first one over here, we have a tank zone map. It's a 5x7 grid of zones with a river down the middle, as you can see. We have claim markers for each player, as well as neutral claim markers out on the board. Also, we have support airship mooring points on the right-hand side of each row, as you can see being pointed out there. Then there is the resource terminal and resource gauges part of the board. These are 4 tracks, one for each of the resources. They're numbered at the top, 1 to 4. Those can be randomized in a variant. We've chosen not. Again, we're just playing the base game here. The left side of each of those resource gauges is the price. The right side is the quantity available. Then moving up to the very top of the board, we have the local tank market, which we have the tank supply marker, and that's going to move for every local tank that is produced / bought or whatnot, and the price is also shown up above it up until it closes when there are no more available, as you can see there. Below that, we have the turn track, which is the timer of the game, and this starts based upon player count. So as you can see in a 4-player game, it is covering the 4-player. Now below that, this is why I said it's kind of divided into 4 or 5 spaces, because below that is the bonus resource box. But I'll be honest, we don't use that because it's real easy to overlook the resources that get put there because of the background on it. So instead we put it next to the specialist cards there whenever we have bonus resources available. Now off board, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll talk about first over here, we have the tanks, converters, superchargers, and resources. So we have the base tanks and the things that can be added to them to produce various resources and or additional resources. So we have the base tanks here, and these are a finite amount that are available in the game. Then we have superchargers. These superchargers will plug into the top of the tanks, and those will produce one additional of whatever resource the tank produces. And then there are various other converters. We have energy converters, ore converters, and quartz converters as well. Now over on the left-hand side of the board, we have specialist cards. These are, think of them as characters that each player will bid for each round, and they're rule breakers for the round for that player that controls them. Then there are building license supply, and the number of available are determined by the number of player counts. The luxury quarter supply, same goes with that. Then we have the support airship, which actually has a little standee, but because top-down camera, we took it off, and the support airship will be moored on one of those spaces there. Then we have a die, so one blue 6-sided die, as you can see there. And then off camera, we have a bank. Now, the game does come with really good cardboard money, as you can see here. However, I don't want to be yelled at or made fun of by Martin, so we're using poker chips. So there you go. Now, every player also has a player tableau as well. Now, what isn't on screen are these resource sheets or player aids here, which actually do a very good job of stepping you through each of the steps, as well as the final score calculation, as well as the resources needed to be able to do various things in the game. Then we have our starting carrier airships. These airships are basically holders for the various resources that are in the game. There is one for each type of resource, and it also shows what type of resource, but also the max amount of resources that that airship can hold, or in other words, that a player can have at any given time. All right. There are upgraded carrier airships. Well, upgraded means they have a higher carrying capacity. More on that later. Then every player has a set of claim markers in their player colors, with a couple of them already out on the board. And the setup here is actually standardized based on player count. There is a variant in which you can go ahead and kind of draft that, but again, keeping it very vanilla for this playthrough. And everybody has their starting cash, which per player is a total of $120 to begin with, based on player count again. And I should also point out that on the back of the rule book here has a handy dandy little setup guide for starting where the gauges start over here, where these start here, and starting resources in cash based on player count there. So that's pretty handy as well. So that's everything that you guys actually are looking at, but how do you play the game? Well, Planet Steam is played over a series of rounds, and again, that's determined by the number of players. So in this case, we're actually going to play 5 rounds, because the game ends when the marker actually moves onto that space. That is not a round in the game, so there's actually 5 rounds in a 4-player game. After the last phase of one round ends, the next round begins. And the game continues until we advance to there, where we go into final scoring. Easy enough. The goal of the game is cash. So anytime that players are spending cash, you're actually spending victory points as well. As you acquire cash, you're gaining victory points, so on and so forth. So keep that in mind as the game goes along. Now, each game round, we're going to go through a series of phases. There are a total of 4 phases, same 4 phases in the same order each round. Those 4 phases are the expansion phase, the tank phase, the resource phase, and the end phase. And then rinse and repeat 5 times until the end of the game. Again, the goal of the game is money. We're going to be converting resource or acquiring resources, acquiring tanks. Let's start at the beginning. Acquiring tanks, putting them out where we have markers out here. Then we're going to try and produce resources to then convert resources into money based on the market over here to then gain more money so that we can win at the end of the game. That's kind of high level, big picture idea of what we're trying to do. So let's go through each step. So the first phase is the expansion phase. The first thing that we're going to be doing is placing bonus resources. So what does that mean? Well, there are 4 resources in the game. So what's going to happen is if there is at least 1 resource of a given type, we're going to lower that value 1 and we're going to place a bonus resource out there for each resource that we can. If it's at 0, you cannot do so. But remember, you do drop the available quantity of resources by 1. And again, those would normally go up here, but it's really hard to see. Even when we're not streaming, we do this because it's too easy to forget that they're up there. Easy enough. Step 2 is we're going to auction the specialist cards. So there are 4 specialist cards. As you can see, they are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are going to double both as rule breakers for that player, but also turn order for the remainder of that round, with the number in the top right-hand corner being the turn order as it goes. So whoever is the first player, which is random at the beginning of the game, subsequent turns, it is whoever has Lady Steam, which is the previous first player. We're going to start an auction. You cannot pass if you were the first player. You must start the bid. A legal bid is whatever money you have in front of you. It's raise the bid or pass. Simple enough. We continue going round and round in clockwise order because remember, we no longer have player order because we've returned all those cards over there. We go clockwise, highest bidder pays to the bank the amount they bid, and they choose which of the 4 they wish to claim. Then from there, oh, and in addition, I apologize, they also choose one of their bonus resources. So they take one of those available resources there. They can claim a resource in which they do not have the capacity in which to hold. If they do so, this is the only time in the game they will discard it back to the bank and the supply number will actually go back up. Otherwise, whenever you discard resources, the supply number does not change. Important minor point, but something I want to drive home. All right? And obviously, the player that wins the auction and chooses their character, they no longer take part in the auction. However, it goes clockwise to the next player, and we do the auction again with obviously whoever gets the last one getting it for free. All right? And claiming whatever resource, if any, are available. That is the auction of the specialist cards. Now would probably be a good time to go over what the 4 specialists do. So the first one, you're the first player. The second one is the venturer. Go ahead, Greg.
All right. Auction an unclaimed zone or a neutral zone if there are no unclaimed zones. If you win, you only pay half.
And we'll cover that when we get to that step over here for the auction zones. That's the venturer. The third one is the airship captain.
You place a support airship this round.
Easy enough. So you get to choose where this is going to moor. And finally, the fourth one, Shrey, he has shorter arms. Go for it.
Is the engineer. Immediately take a building license or 15 credits from the reserve.
So immediately when you win that, you're going to claim a building license if there are any available, or 15 bucks from the bank and add it to your stock. Okay, easy enough. Any questions about the auction for the specialist?
Nope.
All right. So then we go into step 3, which is auctioning a zone. So the venturer, whoever won, the second player, they choose any available empty space out here, as you can see out here on the board. And they, at that point, they say, hey, we're going to auction off, say, this zone here. And I'm just using this as an example, as a marker there. At that point, Lady Steam, being the first player, begins the auction, just like how the auction went for the players for turn order. Cannot pass. Again, the auction works identical as it did. The highest bidder, whoever wins, will put their claim marker in that space. So if I won, I would claim it there like so, etc. All right? And only one zone is auctioned per turn, and that's it. So that's actually the venture is the actual next step after claiming all the, auctioning off all the specialists. Then we move on to claiming a zone. Again, this begins with Lady Steam because this goes in player order. So they're going to roll a die to claim any unclaimed zone if it's available. So if I had won the auction for Lady Steam, I would then say, you know what, I want to go ahead and attempt to claim this zone here. I'm going to roll the die. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, hey, congrats, I succeed. If I roll a 1, 2, or 3, I place a claim marker on the closest unclaimed orthogonally adjacent space. So in the earlier example, let's say somebody, and whether it was me or Greg does not matter, let's say Greg had won the auction for the claim marker, and I try here, and I roll a 1, 2, or 3. I fail at this one. So orthogonally adjacent, which is the closest one? Well, we look, obviously not that direction, not that direction. So we have 1, 2 away, and we have 1, 2 away. So I can then claim one of those two spaces right there of my choice because they are equidistant. If it had been something along the lines of that, to where that's 3 and that's 2, I would then claim that space instead. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. If somehow, some way, everything orthogonally adjacent has a claim and I still failed to get this, I get $15 instead. Okay? But claim markers, they're both worth victory points or money at the end of the game, 6 one, half dozen the other, but they also are going to come into play for where you're going to be able to place tanks where you have claim markers. So claim markers are going to be an important thing as we go along. So any questions about claiming a zone?
Nope.
We're going to do that in turn order and move on. So I suppose I should point out, in lieu of rolling a die, you can always, if you have a building license, again, if you have claimed or purchased a building license previously, you can forego rolling the die and just say, okay, I don't want to take the 50-50 shot here. Instead, I'm just going to spend the building license out of the game and place one of my claim markers there instead as a guaranteed thing. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. Or you'll notice that there are these neutral markers out here. These can be replaced with a building license as well. So if for whatever reason I want this one or so on and so forth, I just discard this out of the game, I put my marker in its place, but I spend the building license out of the game to do so. Okay? All right. Easy enough. Moving on now, which is step 5, place the support airship. So whoever is the airship captain chooses where this goes. So maybe they choose, say, like so. The reason that's going to matter is it's going to add to the production of any tank that is in that row there. Easy enough. All right. So that is the expansion phase. Any questions on that? Good, moving on. All right. The second phase is the tank phase. Now the tank phase is going to be where we're going to be acquiring these tanks either from the local market or as an imported tank. So step 1 is you have to pay the activation cost to do so, all right? So now would be actually a really good time for me to show you guys the player aid. All right, so here on the tank phase, you see it's a pay the activation cost. The activation cost is going to be 1 water if you choose to do so. So if you have a water, you're going to pay 1 water, discard it back to the supply. If you choose to do so, you then can do any mix as many times as you want of these steps that you see there. If you choose or cannot pay the activation cost, again, which is 1 water, you just forego the rest of the tank phase for your turn. Does that make sense? Okay, mm-hmm. So with that said, let's go ahead and go over in detail after assuming you've paid the activation cost and move on to the rest of that phase. So first and foremost, or it's called buy and reorganize. What does that mean? It's going to be has to do with this stuff over here, buying tanks and accessorizing your tanks. So buying the tank. First off, let me bring your attention to the top of the board. So that is the local tank market. The number up above is the cost that the next tank, or the next one is the cost of what the, I got that wrong. The cost is where the marker is. So to be able to purchase a tank would cost me 11 credits or 11 bucks. That immediately will move over to the right 1 space. I can then buy another tank if I wish for another 11 bucks. I could buy another one for 13, so on and so forth, up until it moves all the way over to that last space in which the local market is closed, meaning even if there are tanks available, the market is closed, you cannot purchase any tanks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. When you purchase a tank, it must immediately go onto one of your claim markers. So if I bought those 2 tanks, I have 2 claim markers. If I bought a 3rd tank, that would seem foolish because I can't place it because I don't have enough claim markers. Okay? All right, that's buying a tank. Moving on. We're going to skip import. Yeah, you know what? We won't. We'll go through importing a tank. So importing a tank now is going to cost a little bit differently. Now, the advantages of importing a tank that you can see here is the cost is reduced, but it requires resources. So you can see here that it's going to cost $5 as opposed to the 11 to 22 that it may cost normally, but it's going to cost $5 and cost you 2 quarts from any of, or your airship if you have 2 quarts available. The other advantage of doing so is, and in addition to that, it will also cost you 1 water. The advantage is if the local tank market is closed, you can still import a tank. So even if that marker were all the way down there, you can still acquire more tanks provided that you pay the cost to import it and you have obviously a marker to be able to place it out on the board. Okay? All right. So moving on from importing tanks, buying a converter. These 3 are converters. A naked tank produces water, naturally. Okay, so there we go. So just a plain tank produces water. So these tanks out here will produce water. However, you can add on any of these 3 types of converters to now have it produce the other 3 types of resources. So you're going to pay the cost as shown, excuse me. So to buy a converter, I apologize, the converters are shown over here. So it costs $2, $5, or $8 respectively to buy one of the converters, depending on whether it's an energy, an ore, or a quartz. And Martin is modeling here the various types. So literally, they're plastic pieces, they plug in. So that one there would be an energy converter. And when it's out here on the board, plugged in, it now is an energy converter. So it will produce energy instead of water. Then we have ore converters. These look like little ray guns to me, little gold ray guns. When those are out there, those will produce ore. And finally, we have quartz, which are the same color as the quartz. That's how I remember that. There we go. And that's how they look when they're out there. Any questions about purchasing converters? Now, if I wanted to place I had this as an energy converter, and I actually wanted my energy converter there as opposed to here, and you can freely move those if you wish. If I wanted to move the energy converter to a different area, you can do so, etc., etc. But if you don't have room for a converter and you want to purchase and replace it, if you have room, you can move the converter to a different tank of yours. If you don't, however, it goes back to the supply and you don't get anything for it. Superchargers, on the other hand, as you can see here, superchargers are pretty expensive. They cost a water, a ore, and 2 quarts. But those are real nice in a sense that, A, they look cool. They go on top of, there we go, of the tanks like so. Sometimes you'll struggle putting them on, others you will not. But what they do is they double the production, i.e. they add 1 more of whatever type of resource it's producing. So if it had, say, an ore converter on it, instead of it producing 1 ore, it will produce 2 ore later on. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. The next thing that you can do is purchase a carrier upgrade. Carrier upgrades cost 1 energy and 1 ore, as you can see here. And to do so, your carriers, 3 of which will start on the 1 value. They go up to 4 value or 4 size, if you will. They are not directly corresponding to the number of resources, but the number of resources go up. So one of these will start on their 2 side, but if the quartz one I chose not to start on my 2 side, 2 being that number in the top right hand corner, you can then pay that energy in ore to then be able to upgrade the holding capacity of an airship. And these additional ones, as you can see here, can get very, very large. So the ore goes from the 1 side to the 2 side, goes up, then goes to the 3 side, and finally the 4 side, which can hold 14 ore. That can be really lucrative if you're going to then come over to the ore market to be able to sell it, because maybe ore is scarce and worth a lot of money. But to do so, you pay the cost as shown on your player aid, and you can do that an unlimited number of times based up to the number of resources that you wish to spend. And lastly, the last thing you can do is rearrange tanks, converters, and superchargers, as I said, freely amongst all of your claims out there where you have tanks. Easy enough. Any questions about the tank phase?
Nope.
Okay, good. Then we go into the resource phase. Now, the resource phase is probably exactly what you think it will be, which is getting resources. So the first step is extracting resources. Again, this happens in turn order. I don't think it really matters. Everybody's going to do all of their extractions. So what happens to do so? Extractions meaning they're going to get the resources as shown out here. So let's go ahead and let me do one more example here. There. I need a claim marker. There. That'll work. Good enough. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. What's going to happen is you have to pay 1 energy for every tank that you want to expend energy, or that you want to extract resources from. However, there are 2 exceptions for spending energy. If it has an energy converter on it, it doesn't take energy to make energy, it just makes energy. So this one would not cost me any energy, and I would gain 1 energy. Easy enough. Also, any tank that is in, any basic tank that is in the river zone, meaning it produces water, this is free as well. So it does not cost any energy in which to produce water. Why? Because there's a river. Makes sense, okay? However, for anything else that isn't those 2 exceptions, it does cost 1 energy. So in this case, it would cost me to extract all 4 resources, it would cost me 2 energy off of my card, like so, here, back to the supply for these 2. I would then gain 1 water, 2 waters, 3 waters as a base, and 1 energy, so that energy would come back, okay? However, there are bonuses for doing so for adjacency, as well as for superchargers, as well as the support airship. Let's say the support airship were there. For groupings, like so here, okay, it's called a synergy effect. So if they're orthogonally adjacent and the same type, you gain 1 fewer bonus than the total number of tanks in that group. So that's a lot of words. Let's go through this. 1, 2, 3 water normally. There are 3 tanks in this group, so I would get 2 additional water out of that for a total of 5 water. I don't have any superchargers, which would add 1 more to whatever that was that produced, not the group, but that specific tank. And in addition to that, the airship conveys a +1 as well. So going back through this, we're producing 1, 2, 3 water as a base, 1 for the airship, which is 4, and then there's a group of 3, so it produces 2 additional for a total of 6 water and 1 energy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that? Is there any questions about that?
Nope.
So I would spend my 2 energy, as you see here, then I would gain 1 energy back, for that one, and then I would gain 6 water. Well, you'll notice I only have a capacity of 5. Anything above your holding capacity is wasted. Hashtag plan better. It does not adjust this market at all, only at the very beginning of the round when the bonus markers come out or go back. Okay? Make sense?
Yep.
All right, good. Easy enough. We can move on. All the players are going to do this technically in turn order, but honestly, there really aren't a finite amount of resources in the supply here because there are 5s that are in the game, so we can do this simultaneously as it goes along. Then we go into buying and selling resources, which is going to be this area of the board over here. Again, starting with Lady Steam, the players are going to choose one thing to do: buy, sell, or pass on resource track number 1. So player 1 is going to choose, are they going to buy, sell, or pass quartz? Then it goes to player 2, same thing, quartz. Player 3 quartz, player 4 quartz. Then we go to the second track, which in this case is ore, as shown by this. Now, we do have some markers off board, which I said could be randomized. So it could be that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 possibly. But again, in the base game, every player is going to do quartz, then every player is going to do ore, then every player is going to do water, then every player is going to do energy. Okay? So buy, sell, or pass one player at a time. If they wish to buy resources, they're going to pay the amount shown for the amount of resources that they wish up to the maximum available. So in this case, if somebody wanted to buy, say, 2 quartz, they would pay $6 per quartz for a total of 12. They would take 2 from the supply, and they would lower the quantity available by 2. Easy enough, right?
Yep.
Then the next player will go to that. I'm sorry, then I apologize. Before they go to the next player, then we look over here at this chart, this one naked gauge, if you will. Wherever the marker is, will match the color and what the movement will be on that track for the price. So it currently is at 4, the price track will not move. But if perhaps that player had bought 4 paying $24, we then would look here and the supply or the price would move up 1 before we move to the next player. The next player, whoever is player 2, then would have the option of purchasing up to 2 or selling as many as they have, up to whatever they have, for $7 a piece. Then the market would adjust, etc., unless there are none available. If there are none available, obviously the next player or remaining players cannot purchase, but they can sell. Does that make sense? And if you pass, this will still happen even if you pass. Meaning, let's say I'm player 2, so Greg had bought whatever, and that was the final position here. It becomes my turn. We still do this, so the price will go up for player 3. Then it becomes player 3. If they pass, we then do this again, and then finally at player 4, they might wish to sell. If they wish to sell, here's how that works. Remove the resources from their airship back to the supply, and then they get however much, multiplied by the number of resources they sold, then increase the supply. Let's say they sold 4. There we go. And then we would adjust the price based on this number, which doesn't affect that. Easy enough? Any questions about that?
Nope.
We do that for each resource, one at a time for each player, going through one at a time. Okay. Then, last but not least, the resource phase is buying and selling certificates, which are the building licenses and the luxury quarters. Again, starting with Lady Steam, then continuing in turn order. You may do one of 4 things. You may buy 1 building license. You may sell 1 building license for how much, you might be asking? $15, as shown on it. Or you may buy 1 luxury quarter. A luxury quarter does nothing, but it's worth $50 at the end of the game. So it's points. Okay? Or you may pass. You might be asking yourself, what is the cost for building licenses and luxury quarters? Well, the luxury quarters have a misprint on them. And so I would recommend you use the player aid. So let me show you here. For a building license, it's 2 water and 1 quartz. However, for a luxury quarter, it is 1 quartz and 1 ore. It is not 1 quartz and 1 water, to be clear. Player aid's right. Follow the player aid. Okay? And again, building licenses can be used in lieu of rolling the die to claim these neutral places or specific places out here on the board. Okay? Any questions?
Nope.
You good? All right, so buy 1 license, sell 1 license, buy a luxury quarter, or pass. And finally, we move into the end phase. It sounds ominous, but really it's just the reset phase. So here we go. We're going to produce new tanks. Maybe. I say maybe. So maybe the marker is somewhere down here around the 20. If somebody can move the marker, there we go. So tanks are prohibitively expensive at this point. Now we're going to look at the ore and the energy markets. If the quantity available is greater than 0 of both of those, and the local tank market is not already all the way bottomed out at their price down there at the end, then move the local tank marker left by 1 for each available resource that you spend. Basically, you're spending resources from the market to build tanks, the game is, to make it then available for players to purchase. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So let me show you how this would work, and we'll reset all these at the beginning of the game. The ore and the energy, let's take a look at those. The ore is at 9 available, the energy is at 14. It costs 1 and 1 each for the game to manufacture one of those, so it could manufacture up to 9 of those. So we would drop this all the way down to 0, we would drop this down to 6, that would move over 9 spaces, there we go. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. However, if either of these 2 tracks is at 0, you cannot make it, the game will not create any tanks. However, instead of that, there's a nice little perk. It moves up. How many does it go up?
4.
4, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, it goes up 4. Sorry,
The price.
forgot to write that down. I apologize.
The price goes up 4.
Right, the price goes up 4. Correct. So the scarcity of it, exactly, the left side goes up 4. The quantity doesn't automatically manufacture some of these. It requires players to sell to the market. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Then after that, we perform maintenance. What does that mean? We advance the turn marker 1 space. We turn all of our specialist cards back to where they go. We remove the support airship. And we go to the next phase, or the start of the next round. Continue doing that until the end of the game. Okay? The end of the game says, here we go. Cash on hand plus every player will sell their resources based on whatever the price is. They will get that from the bank. Then, for any claim zone that doesn't have a tank on it, these are worth $25 a piece. $25 for each tank. So in other words, each place that has a tank on it is worth 50. Then it's 50 for each supercharger that a player has on a tank, and 50 for every luxury quarter that they have on them. Building licenses, carriers, and converters aren't worth squat. Whoever has the most points wins. If still tie, or if tied, everybody shares in the victory. Blech.
Ugh.
That's it. That's how you play Planet Steam. Any questions?
Nope.
No, I think we're
Nope.
good.
All right. And I will, now I'm all, Vincent's making me paranoid in chat about which is right.
I double checked it. The player aid is correct.
Okay, good. Huh? Okay, I was right. Good. All right. So yeah, the
man.
player aid. So these are wrong. Follow the player aid. There we go. So let's go ahead and reset the board, and I will figure out what that is. Did you guys see any questions in chat, or did I cover it all?
I do have a question for us, though. Should we put these up or down based on the fact that the camera really can't see?
Probably down. I think
Sideways, yeah.
Yeah, we'll lay them on their sides. So, and we'll do the best we can with that. Let me make sure that mine's right. It's 1, 2, 3, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3. That's good. These can go back. Oh, this is why we can't have nice
There's a
things.
1, 2, 3, and 3. I have 4.
Sorry, it should be 1, 2, 3, and 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and 3. I apologize. I may have looked at the wrong thing. For the tracks out there, The prices should be the ones that are highlighted in red, and the quantities going left to right are 6, 9, 8, and 14. And we start with 7, all 7 building licenses, and 6 luxury quarters, which I know is correct. Whew, there we go. All right. So that, folks, Planet's theme. Let's get started. I'm going to zoom in a hair, by the way. I wanted you guys to be able to see these, the resources there for the teach. Yeah, we'll bring it there. There we go. And we will try and make room for the building licenses and luxury quarters as we acquire them. Okay? So that said, let's, somebody has Schwazi. I know somebody has.
Yeah. It's me.
All right, there we go. Nope, not yet. No. Shrey. All right.
Okay. We are flipping over one of these airships.
Oh yeah,
Start
we should do that.
Say again.
We get one flipped over.
Oh yeah, you choose one of your airships in which to flip over. So do this in player in turn order, please. Yeah. So what are you doing?
I'm doing water.
And Martin?
I'm going to do water as well.
Okay. I'm not sure. The game recommends that everybody starts with water, flip to up. I'm going to start with energy, flipped, but I need to flip my quartz back over, so I'm not cheating.
Oh, we need an over-under.
Oh yeah, over-under on Glory to Rome's.
I'd say 4.
Those guys are so nice on that side.
I know, it's all for me.
Yeah, we'll go 4.5. We'll go 4.5. By the way, Martin tweeted out last night, I think it was, that we figured out a way to not have Jess win a game. Have her be busy and not be on the stream. There you go.
It's the only way that works, guaranteed, as far as I can tell.
Right?
Well,
So there you go.
Apparently Phil says
Yeah, so be it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah.
And you are flipping. You flip.
Oh yeah, flip water.
Okay, there we go. All right, so now Shrey begins with, we place the bonus resources. So first off, placing the bonus resources, we need to drop all the resources by 1,
Yep.
the quantity available. Then auction the specialist card starting with Shrey. Here we go.
All right. We'll start at 5.
6.
Great. I'll go 8.
9.
I'll pass.
10.
12.
I think 12's too much for me.
Pass.
All right, $12 it is. So we'll start a little bank over here on this side there. And I will take the building license one.
That's...
There we go. And I will take, now, immediately, I either take a building license or $15. So I could have just actually profited $3 or actually the building license. I choose the building license. Thank you very much. So, we'll go there, like so, as best we can. There we go. Again, we wanted to keep it zoomed in so you guys could try and see the prices a little bit. If you guys aren't watching at 1080p 60, if your internet can allow for it, I would recommend doing so. All right, so the auction...
And you get a resource.
Oh, I do. That's right. I will take a quartz. Thank you.
No, I think I'll go to 7.
Pass.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to give it to you for 7. $9.
It's yours.
All right.
So first went for 12. That went for 9. Okay.
Get one back.
Which one are you taking?
I think Venture.
You know what? Now that these are off camera, I'm just going to move this over.
Okay.
And you
And
have
the
this
resource?
space up here.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the tricky one. These were hard to come by last time, so
And let's do this. Since you guys have a little tight space,
let me.
do something along the lines of that.
I can take my money back too.
There we go.
Well, how about 1?
2.
Okay. Just in case, you know, he might let me have it, but
Actually, Greg, you can put your cash right here.
Oh, yeah.
That'll work.
who does Martin want? You can have her 2.
Wow.
Wow.
I will
I
pay the
feel
2
like I
and gladly
overspent.
take Lady Steam.
Yeah, and which one are you? Which resource?
Yep.
Water energy.
Water or energy? Well, I've got space for water, so I'll go for the energy.
Psych. All right, there we go. All right, so now we go into the next phase, which is auctioning the zone. And who got that? That was Greg. So which zone are we going to auction, sir?
We're going to auction. Let me get the initial one. I like the look of this spot right here.
All right. So beginning with Lady Steam.
1.
10.
No. Yes. You're right. Okay. Check that.
Oh, we
Shrek.
don't go clockwise.
No, we go in player order,
Okay.
right?
Twilight. I don't mind that one.
I don't mind any of them.
It's $25 at the end of the game.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to 11.
12.
13.
18.
Now it's because here's the advantage. He pays half,
Yeah.
rounded up, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's actually it would cost us 19. It would cost him 10
Yes, I will.
Nice.
or 9 right
I'll
now.
drop back.
right? Oh, it's me, right? I'll go 19.
20.
Let's make it 26.
Now I will pass.
Oh, yeah, it is your pass. Okay.
I shall pass to him. You can have it for 26.
So that's 13, which means this becomes a green one. Not wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah, Bill, you've got that one.
That's funny. All right, so now claiming a zone in turn order. So I'm the only one with a building license, which means everybody, the other 3 must roll. I may. We'll see. So player 1, which zone are you going to attempt?
I'm going to attempt this one.
Okay. All right. So hand him to the die.
There you go.
4, 5, or 6 is successful. Go ahead. Yep, that'll work. That was not successful.
That was not successful.
So your options are those 2.
Okie doke. I think this one.
Wow.
I'm okay with that.
And player 2.
Oh, that's me. I will attempt. That seems risky. Yeah, let's go for it. Actually, this would be funny.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, I hope you succeed. 4, 5, or 6. Come on, Greg. You are a terrible, terrible human being. And the reason I dislike that is because it's adjacent to where I already have that, so it breaks up my adjacency.
I think I'd rather 2 water spots than worry about adjacency.
And Mr. Shrey.
I'll take the one in between my 2. Or I would like to attempt that one.
Which you better get it, because
Right.
So what, if you're going over here?
No,
there.
he'll go
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Which really, come on, Shrey. Thank you. All right.
I would have been doubly happy to see that fail.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody else is getting them.
There you go.
Why can't
Easy
I?
enough. All right. So now, place the support airship, Captain. Oh, Captain, my Shrey. Shrey in space.
Oh wow, you like wherever Shrey puts it.
Yep. So
Yes, you are correct, sir. Because obviously, these being Shreys, Hi.
Yeah, let's put it down at the bottom.
Okay, I'm good with that. So here we go. So now we go into the tank phase. So normally this can be done in turn order. And in fact, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. But here's what we've been doing. Everybody pay a water no matter what. Because we will forget otherwise.
Yep.
Therefore, if you don't want to activate when it comes your turn, just get your water back.
And you get a water also, right? If you
Yeah, and you get a water for skipping your activation. Correct.
Right.
So, all right. So
that's generally not a good idea.
right, Mr. Fowler.
Well, I'm going to buy 3 tanks. I buy them all at 11, do I?
No, you buy them one at a
You
time.
buy them one at a time, so it's 35 then.
Correct. So 3 tanks. 1, 2, 3. $35. He gets 3 tanks. He has 3 claim markers.
And then, in addition, I think gonna need energy on at least 2 of these tanks. So I'm going to definitely be using a couple of energy. I think I'm going to I'm going to buy an ore converter for another 5. Whoops, that should have been 35.
You cheating?
Yep, already. I've got the colours mixed up. So 35 will get me a nice ore converter.
And to be clear, he was the one that asked to play with the poker chips.
Absolutely.
Just saying. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Cardboard money. I've never been able to play with that after watching Heavy Cardboard. So that one goes there, there one goes there, there one goes there. And I think I'll also pick up a carrier upgrade and upgrade my ore carrier. And that's everything I can do. Yep. I would buy more tanks if I could, but I've got nowhere to put them.
All right. So that's player 1, and obviously the rearranging. You know what? Just to keep them consistent.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Good. All right. There we go.
That's
The only problem with that, though, I realized, can't really see
the colors.
Oh yeah,
flames.
it's good. Yep, you're right. But if we do it,
There we go.
If we do it like
So,
that, it'll work.
there we go.
Yep.
How does that work for y'all watching at home? Hopefully that works. Okay. All right. So player 2.
All right, I'm gonna buy 4 tanks. That's $64.
Wow.
Right?
50.
Oh no.
That's $60.
$60.
50, 60, yes.
Yeah, it's
Yay.
$60 for 4 tanks.
I'll save the $4. Remember we did this last time and it burnt all of us really badly? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still gonna do it anyway. And
Anything else?
I would like to buy some converters. I would like to buy 1 energy converter.
Okay.
That's 2. And you know what? You did ore, so I think I'm going to do quartz. So that's a total of $10. Yeah, $10 I got to spend.
And where do you want them?
I'd like the quartz over there. In the variant says we can put the energy on this one.
Oh yeah. Thank you for the reminder. So we are playing with the one variant where it says the river here, these river spaces can only be water or energy only.
Although 2 free water without the energy. Oh, but I'll get the extra water anyways. Yeah, I'll ruin my synergy a little bit, but free water. And I think I will carry or upgrade my quartz to the next level.
All right.
And that is that.
Shrey.
Yeah. I need to decide whether I want 3 or 4. Or 2 or 3. No.
So that's what, 34 or 54?
Right, 54 is a lot. I think I'm going to just do 2, which will be
34.
34.
Yep.
Will be 34. Okay. And they're going to go down the bottom, of
Wait,
course.
you said 34?
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the change.
Did I give you...
A 10.
Yes. I gave you 34, didn't I?
25.
Oh,
35,
sorry. They're not 20s,
39.
they're 25s. Yes.
Weird people in your green 20s. It throws me off. All right, go ahead. What do you need converter-wise, sir?
Sorry, I got your back.
I will take 1 energy, which is going to cost me another 2.
Okay.
All right, can I get it?
It's a quiet planet. No one can hear you steam. I appreciate that.
Ow, ow, ow.
And we'll put the... which one's going where?
Yep, that is the question.
The energy, the water on the bottom of the energy, and the.
Oh, you know what? Martin, we
Yes.
can't do what we did.
Why?
Because in addition to spending money,
You have to spend
Right.
water
Yes.
for your tanks.
Shoot, yes, quite right.
yes.
Yes.
See, I'm assuming you guys are not cheating.
Yeah, and I just completely forgot that was a local tank was water as well. Ah, that was a good start.
Yep. So that's
Whoa!
Back one up.
Yes,
Okay.
there's
But a
no
lot.
way out of that. And yeah, and 1 tank has to go. Oh well.
Okay. So,
So-
the prices are going to shift.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Should we just?
hold on. Get $3. Yeah. We'll do it backwards. Shrey, get $3 back. And spend your 2 water for your tanks.
Yep. Well, I might be getting more than.
That is true.
3.
Start it over, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, back it up to the beginning.
Okay,
so
Yeah.
you brought 2, so you'll get $13 back,
Yep.
Martin.
Oh, okay. Do it that way. Yes. $13. Yep.
And which one are you taking back? Because you'll get the converter. If there
That
was
one.
one, there isn't.
No, I'll keep the converter on. So I've got 1 oil converter and 1 water.
So that costs both of your waters then, right?
Yep.
Okay. And just start there. Or in between you guys if you want. All right. So then, Greg.
so I'm obviously gonna only buy 2, so that's 26.
26.
Instead of
So you get 15 back, because it would have been 15 regardless.
No, he gets more than 15 back. He
Okay,
bought.
get rid of that
He
as well.
He bought 4, and he's only buying 2,
Oh.
so he's getting back.
$32.
Yeah, 32.
$32.
And which tanks are you giving up?
I'm still gonna keep the energy one. I think. You know what though? Yeah. So another $8 back. Because I'm getting rid of the quartz converter.
Correct. All right.
And I paid this much, but I really don't. I only have to pay this much, so I paid 30 instead of 54.
There you go.
So I need
24 back.
24 back.
So give him a quarter. Give him a 1. There we go.
Okay, that's
And everybody paid your water.
yes.
Yes.
I could buy.
Cheating sons of.
I could buy a third because I actually have
You
a
could.
water, and I might now that it's this cheap.
You don't need to.
How do you have a third water?
Because I got
Oh, you got the one from the
bonus.
thing.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I will because, yeah. So I need to pay 17.
Give him 27. I'll give you a 10.
Yeah, 27.
All right. So, and do you want a converter on it?
So the
It's going to go here.
well, so neither of you got your ore or quartz. So I think I will take a quartz. So I'll spend 8
And where would you like them?
on the. So I'm getting 1 water right now on the top one. So I want the water getting doubled.
There we go. Like so.
Yes.
So you have a quartz, a energy, and a water.
Yep.
Good.
And I need you back. Thank you. All right. That is it.
And if possible, I'd also like to reverse my airship upgrade.
Okay. That doesn't really affect anything, so
No.
that's fine.
Yeah, I still think I'm gonna be good with mine. I would have done it anyway.
So are you guys done with your mulligans? Okay.
Well, obviously the
Good catch.
Yep.
Okay, so now for me, that is really expensive, man.
Oh, you have 2 quartz.
I do, which is also an option. So I'm going to buy 2 tanks for 37. there's 57 looking for 20 back.
Is it 20 back? Yeah, you got it yourself.
Yep. And let's see. I'm going to also import a tank. I can't because I can only get 2 tanks. Check that.
Yeah, your water. Yep.
Right. I don't want to cheat like you guys did. No, I'm totally messing.
My fault. I started it up. I started all the trouble.
All good. So I have 2 tanks.
Wait, how did Martin and I end up with less money than you?
That's a good question.
I'm okay. I've got nothing.
How did I end up with less money than you?
Yeah, you should. No, you spent some on the auction, 12 on the auction. Or no, 8. Well, yeah, you probably still should.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I spent 30, 47, 49, 50. I spent 57.
And you started at 120?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a carrier upgrade for my ore carrier.
Oh, this is more than I should have.
And I'm going to go ahead and spend $5 for an ore converter. I need 5 back, Greg, when you get a chance.
I should have 78.
All right, then do so.
Yes, I should have 63.
I think that's what we're going to do.
Oh, I'm just 10 shy. I don't know what happened there.
I need a 5.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I just lost $10 in the air. That's really weird.
Yep, that's it. Done. All right, so we go into the resource phase. So we're extracting resources. Remember, we'll do this one at a time because to make sure everybody at home can follow along. So, all right, so Martin.
I've got 2 tanks that can do water. One of them requires an energy.
This one's free. That one, yep.
So I spend 1 energy and I get 2 water.
Okay. Greg.
I have an energy and a water, and they're both in the river. This would be free anyway, but that's definitely free. So I get an energy and a water for nothing. Chips are free.
I have 2 tanks that require energy to power, so it's 2 energy, and then I'll get 1 energy back, and a water, 2 water, and a quartz. Thank you.
And I have to pay 2 energy. I'll get 2 water because the airship and 1 ore. All right, so everyone is extracted the resources. Now we go into buying and selling the resources, starting with player 1 for quartz. Here we go.
I will not buy or sell quartz.
Okay, the price does not adjust.
Because it's at 0. Player 2.
I
You.
shall also not do anything. You know what? $6 ain't bad though. Yeah, get well again is good.
So 1 quartz. Adjust the quantity. Price doesn't move. And Shrey.
Calculating a moment, so.
Oops. You guys don't actually need to see those. That is way more important. There we go.
Yeah, I'll buy 1 quartz.
No, you won't.
I cannot hold a quartz. Ah.
Well, you could buy it, but it'd be wasted.
Yeah, no, I will choose not to then.
Do you wish to sell any?
No.
Remember. Okay, so you're passing. The price does not change. I elect to do nothing as well. Price does not change. So we go into ore now, starting with player 1. You know what? A moment before. Let me consider. No, I'm not done. Yeah, go ahead, Martin.
I I'm going to sell at least one ore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to go up.
As of right now.
Its price is going to, the quantity is going to shoot down. There's currently 8 of them. They'll all get used up at the end of what's it, and that will send the quantity down, which will tend to mean ore prices will be higher in the future. So no, actually, I don't want to sell all then. What am I thinking? I've got it all the wrong way around in my head.
Okay, this is because you do nothing.
Price will drop 1.
Yep.
Player 2.
Well, I can only buy 1 at most. It'll go down. $7 is a little cheaper. What else can I use ore for?
You know, luxury quarters, carrier upgrades, superchargers.
And I do want to buy a supercharger.
Boo, 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 boo. You just hear the airships just idling. Just boo, 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 boo.
I think I shall not do anything, and the price goes down 1.
And I
Keep
will,
doing this.
Yeah, it's me again. Yeah, I'm not going to buy or sell.
Well, Mr. Oreman.
Well, I did not calculate the way this was going to go, honestly. A moment. No, I'm not. We go into water. Player 1.
I'm going to buy 4 waters for 28.
Wow.
4 waters, please.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Price does not change.
Which I'm okay with, because it would have gone up if you bought 1 more. I think for 21, 3 waters isn't bad.
And the price
Goes up 2. Do you wish to sell any water, sir?
I do not. And so the price will go up 2 again.
I mean, 1 water.
Yeah, what do you need water for?
Definitely don't want to fall into traps like Martin and I.
Well... Energy. Martin.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Don't do what? That's the question. I'm gonna sit pat. I'm not gonna buy or sell.
Drops 3.
And yeah, I'm gonna de-incentivize that going anywhere. 1, 2, 3.
Shrey.
Okay. I should definitely buy some. How many?
I mean, the most you can buy is 3,
Oh, that's true.
but
Well, I could buy more, but then, yes.
Well,
throw them out. Just to be spiteful? No. I think buying 3 for 6 is a pretty good deal.
that's a really good deal.
So, we will do that.
Price bottoms out at 1.
I'll buy 8.
Oh, you can hold it.
Thank you. So...
And price goes to 2.
So you know what that means. There's only 2 tanks that
Yeah.
are coming.
Yep.
Could I get the 3?
Oh, yeah, I guess you could get the energy. That's funny.
Yep.
All right. So that is now buying and selling of certificates starting with player 1. You can buy 1 of them. That's it, remember.
I will not buy or sell a certificate.
I will also not buy or sell a certificate.
I would really like one, but I don't think I can. I will not.
Okay, so here is my decision point here. So luxury quarters. It costs an ore and a quartz. The problem is to import a tank because there aren't a whole lot of tanks available to purchase. It costs 2 quarts in a water. So it's going to cost me actually 2 quarts and 2 water
For 1 tank.
for 1 tank, plus $5. Or do I get the luxury quarter? Oh, this is actually... I will purchase a luxury quarter.
There you go, my sir.
Thank you. Put that there. Okay. All right. So produce new tanks. The game, we look at ore and energy. Are there any? There are. The lowest one is 2, so drop each one by 2. Produce 2 tanks. There we go. Boom, done. And now maintenance, and let me make sure we don't miss a step here. So on maintenance, advance the turn marker, return the specialist cards, remove the support airship, and a new round begins. And we begin, there you go. Yep, tanks are going to be awfully expensive.
And we only have 2 bonus resources.
Right, and the reason there are only 2 bonus resources, they're at 0. But if they're at 0, a moment, let me double check. I believe the price goes up.
No,
Or-
no,
wrong step. You're right. Okay, so we auction the specialist, starting with who was Ladies' Team? Martin.
Well, start the bidding at 1, I guess.
Well, I'll go 2, and this way I'm not slowing
3.
it down while I'm thinking.
Can't pass it up for 3.
No, I'll go to 5.
6.
8.
I think 10's a good price.
10's pretty good. But 12.
Pass.
Question is, what do you guys want? Building licenses are awfully nice. Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
15.
Huh. $16.
Ooh-wee.
17.
You gonna let them do that to you?
18.
20.
Wow.
Yours.
All right. And I will take this guy, and I will take $15.
Oh.
So you spent $5 to go last?
No. Get the quartz.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. There's that part too.
Yeah, the quartz was the.
Was the prize.
Yeah.
Going last was
Put it
the
up there.
perk.
There you go.
And Martin starts the bidding again.
1.
5.
Now, how much do I care? All right, we'll go to 8.
9.
Wait. You didn't let...
No, it's clockwise. It's clockwise.
I missed something then. Okay.
I went 5, 8, 9.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed
Okay.
the 5.
10.
$11.
Pass.
Phew. Pass. I realized something after after I bid, so it's yours for 11.
Okay.
26.
Yeah.
15. All right. What one's it going to be? Airship captain?
No. It's this, of course.
They're right. That was.
I. Well, for a second.
You want the venture, I think.
I think I
don't know
do.
that he does.
I think
Going first might be beneficial. I don't know what it is that he's doing.
I don't think I don't mind going second. So
I tried to talk him out of it. I tried like hell. Failed, but I tried like hell. Martin.
1.
You gonna let him do that to you?
Oh, don't worry. It's not going for 1. 2.
3,
4,
5,
6.
7.
Fun thing with auctions is trying to figure out what the other person's actual, like,
Motivation is.
yeah.
What do you want?
But that's no fun when you ask them.
Is this the kind of company where I should say, or the kind of company where I should not?
After. After the auction wins and you go, what do you want?
You can pass and you'll find out.
Yeah, it's yours for 7.
Okay, I'll pay my 7 and take first player, please.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So basically, I paid nothing for the resource, is essentially what it is, because of the bonus resource that I'm going to get out of him.
Right.
So, all right. So now auction a zone, venture. So Shrey, which zone here? Which zone is it going to be?
So if I auction, if that one goes, auction that one, I get that one. I'm just making sure, just double checking where I would end up if I on the die roll. Let's do the one in the middle, yeah.
Lady Steam begins.
1.
You are next.
I'm next. 6.
8.
Let's make it interesting. 10.
11.
14.
15.
18.
Oh, screw you!
Pass.
You said 18?
Mm-hmm.
So, 2, 3. 20.
Pass.
2 is for 20.
Which is
For
his
10.
for 10.
I didn't want
One of your markers?
Oh yeah, that was the neutral.
Ah,
I had to drive him up a little bit. I knew you weren't going to.
I was!
Well,
You did. I was gonna, but he probably was still going to get it. It's hard to beat the venture.
it really is.
Because I wanted to be able to put the airship here and have potentially 3 of my claims there. That's why. But 20 was getting stupid expensive.
But hey, I just made, well, actually, no, I didn't do anything.
No, yeah, you didn't help me at all.
No.
So you just. All right, so now claiming a zone, lady.
Well, let's aim at this one then. Yes, quite right. I should do
Where
that.
is
And the
the-
die.
In front of you.
It's
Dun,
50-50
dun, dun.
shot.
And I fail again.
Hey,
It's not a bad fail,
Nope.
as fails go.
All right, 2.
Let's do the one in the corner.
And this would be, oh, you.
I obviously I want to succeed here.
but if you don't, it's funny. Greg likes funny.
You've just made yourself very popular.
Well, you
Way to Rome.
You have a building license.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to spend it if he doesn't have to. You've put him in a position where spending it is better than not.
So this is out of the game. It doesn't go back to the supply. So there we go. So instead of rolling, I just get to choose one. Place the support airship.
Oh,
Oh wait, no.
oh, you can play.
Oh, I'm used to going last. I'm sorry. My bad.
So I have an interesting choice here. I can aim for this one.
No, don't do
Hey,
that.
Christian.
Right, and then end up over here.
Oh, you wouldn't have. That's fine. Do that one.
Right. Or aim for this one.
And not get
You
anything.
get $15.
Yeah.
Get 15 bucks if I fail. Screw over Martin if I don't. And I think that sounds more like me.
You already have two clay markers are just available. So yeah, screw over Martin. I like that.
Welcome to my world.
Oh well, that's okay.
Because otherwise it's like a perfect or suboptimal. Optimal, not great, or money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna aim for that.
You said this side of the table is nice. We gotta
Yeah, right. Yeah.
adjust that.
I hear you.
Oh, 15 bucks.
Let me just.
World's smallest violin. Playing My
Indeed.
Heart Bleeds for You.
Yep.
All right, so now we will place the support airship, which,
Is there? Yes.
Yeah.
there we go. Okay. All right, so now everybody pay your 1 water
Yep.
for activations. And now player 1.
Right, so I need to pay 37 for 2 tanks, because
That's sad,
17
Dimitri.
and 20, so that'll be 37. And then I'm also going to pick up perils or a pair of energies. Which way do I want to go? Energy is going to go up in price, but not by the time I get to the market, because I'll be first in, so the price isn't terribly high. The ore price is a bit better, so I could go after ore. Of course, water's going to be really, really pricey, and I'm going to get first dabs at that market, so I could go just completely all out on water. It'd be kind of tempting, but good money. You're pointing for the
Yep.
for the camera's purpose.
Because there's none available, but there are, it's worth 12 bucks a piece.
Of course, I can only place so much water on my very full airship, so
You could always upgrade it.
I can upgrade it. If I upgrade it, I can get it up to 9, which is great, but not superb.
You could upgrade it twice.
I could upgrade it twice, but then I'm using up a lot of energy in order to do that. I'm not sure it's that worth it.
Says the guy who wants you to get water into the market. I'm trying to motivate you to do so.
Oh, I'm sure you do. So basically, I've got room for 2 waters there. Of course, I'm going to spend a couple of waters on the 2 tanks.
Correct.
I won't forget that this time, of course. So that gives me 4. I'm going to be producing, if I did like this, I'd produce crazy amounts of water, because I'd be producing water.
That's 5 right there.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
But I think I want to produce at least one thing else. So I'm not super excited by the state of ore. Energy I think is good. I could do with a bit more energy, so I'm going to toss in at least 1 energy for a couple more. So it'll be 37, 39. So 30, that'll be 39. I get that way to produce 1 energy, 1, 2, 3, 4 waters. That maxes out the water quite nicely. Yeah, I think that's good. So that'll cost me 39. Superchargers, I can't afford because I haven't got any quartz. Still wondering a little bit, is this the right time to upgrade one of my carriers? But not quite yet. I'm only going to go up to 1 more on the energy, and in fact I'm going to spend energy because I'm going to have to run these 3, so it's going to cost me all of my energies.
You won't have to spend for that one because it's energy.
Because it's energy, sorry, but so it's still 2 energies.
And this one's free, right.
And that
yeah.
one's free. So I'm still going to be going down on energy, so I don't think I really need to spend the carrier upgrades at this point, so I will just leave it at that.
All right, so player 2.
That's me. Okay.
So Vincent, let me know what the good play was at some point.
I'll buy one tank for 20. We have 5 back. Thank you. And a tank.
Sorry. Yep.
I think. Let's go double check if I do this. So put it on the top and move the ore to either one of the other two. Let me just double and so if the water was if it was like that.
Right, because synergy. Right.
Yeah. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 water.
Which is good.
Yes. I think we can do that. I'm also going to upgrade my ore ship for that. And oh right, did I? So I will have, at the end of this, I'll have 5 waters. If I spend about 4, 2... Yes, I will. I'll buy a supercharger also.
Woo. All right. So supercharger costs a water, an ore, and 2 quartz.
Okay, there it is. So this is the supercharger and the carrier upgrade. So a bunch of resources.
And where's the supercharger going? Just leave them on your side. You're fine.
It's going on the ore.
Quartz?
Sorry, the quartz. The
Okay,
quartz.
got it. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, the upgrade. That's right.
And there we go. Supercharged, ready for bear. There we go. Okay. All right, cool. A moment, guys, real quick. Okay, we're fine. All right. Just got a warning on the software, so that's all. We're good.
Oh, hang on a second. Sorry.
Hanging.
I just realized something. That will be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And a whole lot of entry. Sorry, I can't do that. Pull the supercharger off. I can't afford that.
Okay. Won't.
Yeah, not
Okay.
yet.
But is that all?
Instead, I hate doing this. Instead, I think I need a second energy.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll pay the 2 for the second energy. Get 3 back.
That was a mistake.
Energy's a problem for me.
Okay. Done?
That is it. Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Better doing something else. Okay.
Okay. So. There's only one. So I'm buying a tank, so it's going to cost me my last water. It's going to cost me a total of $30.
Because you put the... Okay.
Yep. For a quartz converter. We will put that there. And we'll put there and there, I think. A moment. I will do a carrier upgrade as well. So actually, yep, final answer done.
I neglected to pay for my tank water.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Greg, you're up.
Thanks for leaving me one tank to buy.
I didn't have to. I could have bought it.
I wasn't expecting to be able to, so I'm going to.
But honestly, the reason is because I need money to be able to possibly purchase resources. So that's why I did what I did.
Well, see, for me, the weird auction thing, and with this, I actually netted $20.
Yep,
more than
more,
I started.
right, yep.
So I'm gonna spend my 25, get 3 back.
And the market is closed.
Just closed. And I'm also going to import another tank. So get that out of the way. And a 5. Last tank. And yeah, let's make this fun. I will buy an energy converter and a quartz converter.
And what's going where? So this would be energy.
And that'll be quartz. And I'm going to spend an energy and an ore to upgrade my energy. And I'm going to hope that that works out for me.
Here we go. All right, so that's it there. Now extract resources. Player 1, go. Actually, just go ahead and get your own stuff. Just vocalize it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the synergy of water, and I effectively lose 1 energy to do that.
So I'm spending 2 energy to get 3. I get 3 energy, so I net 1 energy, and then I get a 2 water with the airship, and then 1 ore or quartz. Sorry, can I get a quartz?
Cost me 3 energy. I'm getting 2 quartz, 2 water because of the airship, and 1 ore.
I'm spending 1 energy.
And what did I say? 2 water. Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm getting 3 energy back, 8 quartz, and water. For some reason.
Done?
Yeah.
All right. Now we go into quartz. Player 1, what you doing?
I'm going to buy 1 quartz, please, for 6.
Okay. Price
Price
goes
goes up 1. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I will.
Thank you.
Player 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
Seven. No, I need. I will pass. So
Price goes up 1.
again.
I will. I will purchase 1 for $8. Get 20 back. Got it?
Price doesn't adjust. Do you need the...
Yeah. Thanks.
Could use $8, and I don't think I need 2 quartz this round. I do need 2 quartz this round. Do I need?
No, I don't. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, yes, I do.
Think about that. Yeah, I will pass, and the price doesn't adjust.
All right. So now in your last, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. Ore.
I'm not trading an ore.
And the price does not move. Shrey.
I am also not trading an ore.
Let me look around the board a moment. Boy, I would love to buy an ore. I don't think I can. Can I? Can I buy an ore? Yeah, what the hell? Let's try it. $4.
Price doesn't move.
We'll see if that bites me. All right, player 1. Sorry, Greg.
I like not to do anything.
All right, price doesn't move. Agua.
I will sell 4 waters, please, at 12 apiece. It'll be 48 bucks for that.
And the price doesn't move.
Interesting.
Yeah. I will pass. So the price doesn't move. 12 is a lot of money.
I hate you all. I knew that's what he was going to do, too. It was either 3 or 4, and it didn't matter because 3 does the same thing, and I knew that's what he was going to do.
Do I get a glorious throne for that?
No, because I knew you were going to do it.
It's just too unpredictable a move. Yep.
Okay. So if he doesn't do any... Okay, so I'm going to think out loud even, and I'm hoping you guys don't use this against me since we're on stream. If I buy a water, price doesn't change, doesn't affect that at all. But when we get to energy, I'm going to assume that Martin's not going to buy any, or sell any, I mean, sell any. So the price goes up to 4. Shrey might sell 1, brings the price up to 5. And it becomes my turn to be able to sell some if I wanted at $5. It leaves me... Oh. But that third water is super important to me. I got to. Hate doing it, but when you're thirsty.
So the supply goes down.
Yep, and nothing
price
changes.
Stays the same.
Greg. Same boat, huh?
Yep.
Actually, no. I will need 1 water. So, I'm trying to think if I want. Yeah, I'm good with the water I have.
Price doesn't change. Energy. Martin.
I'm not buying or selling energy.
Shrey.
I'll sell 1.
Wow. Stop me if you've heard this. This is
Yeah, 4.
Oh yeah.
market prediction, right? Anticipating what people do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need energy for carrier upgrades and to power your stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a moment. I feel like I'm missing a step. Sorry. Can I afford to do it? I'm gonna sell 1 energy for $5.
Curses. I forgot that this scale works differently. This one does the same thing.
Here's the other thing to take into consideration is if you want more tanks made.
Sell 1.
I'm going to sell 3 energy.
So $15.
$15. Well, I've got an energy farm, so I just need 1 energy to run my machines.
Because you're on water. Because you're on the river.
Right.
Okay.
So I need the money more than I need to worry about conserving the energy. Plus, this puts 4 tanks on the market.
Yeah, Justin, exactly. It's Fiji water, like Vincent said. All right, so we're done there. Certificates. Player 1. Doing anything?
No.
Player 2.
Yes. I will take a luxury quarters for ore and a quartz. Right? Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Player 3. That's me. No, I'm not. Player 4.
I too elect not to.
Okay, so now produce new tanks. Looks like there's going to be 4 tanks being made.
Yep.
So this drops to 1.
3, 4.
Okay. And again, so don't forget anything, it is advance the round marker, remove or return your specialist, support airship comes off.
Wait, did you already
I
answer?
moved it, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay,
Tricksy.
new round. Place bonus resources.
All right.
Everything but ore.
So, yep.
All right, lady, what you doing?
Thinking.
Okay.
Because
Hey,
I've got to
Luke.
think how important is any of those rolls and turn order going to be the next round in? I've got a fairly good line of tanks at this point, 4 tanks. I'm going to get another space, maybe 2 if I do the venture thing. I've got a good flush of money, which is, I do feel that this is still a stage in the game where I want to be investing in resources. Water's going to be nice price next round, certainly for the first player, which is the advantage of going first. You get the guarantee on that price. The prices are obviously going to fluctuate a bit for the other players, although it's going to probably take a bit to get the water up to a point where the price is going to drop too precipitously, but it can go down very fast, as we saw with the energy.
The game produces the new tanks, Dimitri.
So there's lots of interesting possibilities.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Don't worry, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Peanut Gallery.
So yeah, so that's all affecting how much do I want to bid. How important is it for me to bid for a roll? Well, my first bid's going to be 1, so I'll toss that out while I'll continue to think.
8.
Ooh,
Ooh.
somebody's already done all this analysis.
I think 9's worth it.
I'll let you guys fight out first.
Yeah, I'll let you fight.
I can't fight, can I? You get it for 9.
All right.
What's it going to be?
First, I think the first thing I care about is energy. In case I build another thing that is an energy. And the second thing I care about, I think Martin's right that the venture is an ideal thing to have right now. Getting more land, getting more like guaranteed land, but I can never outbid Martin, even with half. With exactly half, because I can bid up to 60.
Can't imagine you're going to, though.
No. So I think maybe the airship captain and going here would lead to a very interesting round for me. Yeah. Oh, that's third. I don't know if I want third.
Yeah, there's that. See, there's reasons to go early and late depending on your position and where the markets are. Like if you want to be able to buy crap, well, if you're going first, you ain't buying those two, right? So there's reasons you might want to go later.
Yeah, it seems like it almost be worth it just to tank going last again for the building license.
So what's it going to be?
Tank going last again for the building license. This time I will take it. So I think I have enough cash on hand that I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Martin.
1 again.
Two.
4.
5.
Pass.
You said 5.
Mm-hmm.
6.
7.
Yeah. You want it that much? Do you want it for more than 8? I'll say 8.
No, I don't.
There. There's 8. Yeah. Yes. And yes.
Yeah. For the same reason I was thinking of it.
Yes. Which makes Edward a little happy. But
Not really.
no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that extra.
Oh, you would have preferred to get it yourself for sure, but
Okay, 1.
Two.
3.
I will go 4.
And you will pay for.
Okay.
Oh.
That's literally the highest I was willing to go.
what do you
And I
think?
did well then.
And you still get to go first.
I got a water I did not expect. So
Yeah. Well, I was surprised the water stayed on as well, but that's
feel
okay.
like-
I can make water.
If you were to tie in like a heart monitor into us and put on the screen
Thanks,
while,
Vincent,
while,
I
while it's in the
know.
auction.
hello, Dangler. All right. All right. So now we go for auctioning a zone. Huh.
Who is the
Um,
adventurer? Oh,
It is Edward.
Yeah.
It's choice,
It's interesting that
which is
they
interesting.
went in reverse turn order for the auction. Do your worst.
oh, I'm going before you. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna bid to bid, I think.
I don't have to worry about like. Oh, why are you doing that?
Because it's funny.
Because this. That's why.
1.
10. Yep.
Oh, yes. And you're going for the max.
That's funny.
Paybacks. Paybacks.
Okay,
Okay.
So you can't bid 11, right?
He cannot.
I cannot. I pass.
There's no need. You could. I'm in worse spot. You
Yeah.
guys could just throw me a bone.
It's not funny enough for me to bid 11, though, so I pass as well.
11.
I didn't expect to get it, but I wasn't going to let you put the airship there, and not at least give myself a shot at a second one.
yeah.
So
So, 14.
I've done an amazing job teaching this, is what matters.
Exactly.
You're still in.
All right, so now claiming a zone.
And I begin. Well, I suppose I could try again, couldn't I? Could I? Do I want to risk it?
Yeah, the risk is you get $15. It's not a bad lose-lose.
It's true. And I'm more unlikely to be able to place both tanks. Of course, remember every space is 25 victory points at the end of the game, so it's good to have spaces.
Plus the potential synergy is just... mwah.
There is a potentially very nice synergy in there. 50-50 chance of a very beautiful combo. Yeah, I'm going to risk it.
Yes.
I barrel die badly.
Yeah.
Better
Fail.
roll on black. I'm happy
and
to
it
see that
worked.
win.
I was going there. If
Yeah,
not.
yeah. You wanted the cash probably.
I would have been okay either way, honestly. Well, I mean, this is the obvious spot for me, but I want to see if there's anything better. I don't think there is. No, there's not.
Hey.
Okay. Well, what is is there an option?
Go forth. Go north.
Well, I can get in Greg's way.
Not really.
No, I can block those.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, but
That's-
not really.
I think that's the choice because they're all the same.
Nice.
For me.
Luke says his 2-year-old started watching over his shoulder. He thinks this looks good and wants to play it. Mission accomplished, every cardboard. You betcha.
Nope.
Hey.
Here we go.
Have to wait a little time though.
Should I risk it? Save it for a gray space?
Oh, right, because you wouldn't get it if you didn't roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This time, I don't think I'm going to play the dice.
Spending his business license.
Spending my business license.
Okay.
Guaranteeing the spot. Because
All right, where's the airship going? I would recommend here or here.
Look down at the bottom.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I would recommend those spots, but there's that. All right, everybody pay your water. All right, you got yours over there.
Oh, yes, quite right.
All right,
I can see it, you see, 'cause it's in my line of sight.
Lady Steam, go.
Yeah, so I've got 2 waters. I held back 2 waters thinking that I might get a chance at 2 tanks or a tank and a super, and that also gives me the option of a tank and a supercharger. And so I'm definitely going to go for either 2 tanks or a tank and a supercharger. The question is which? The advantage of it, the supercharger does obviously cost in terms of the quartz and the ore and everything. But on the other hand, you don't need more energy to power it. Energy is a bit tight at this point in the game with no energy available to buy. Not a huge of it, a lot of it around. I wasn't necessarily expecting to get the extra spot, but I'm happy with it. So I think I want to go for a tank and a supercharger. So a tank will cost me 20. And then the supercharger is not going to cost me anything other than a water, 2 quartzes, and a thing. So that'll give me a supercharger. And then I'm going to decide where to put it and also whether I want to get anything else. So that's my bits. So assuming I plot water here, that will give me 3 water at no energy cost, which is rather nice. Now, when you get this orthogonal thing, is it only in one direction?
Nope.
It'll go around corners.
It's a group.
Goes around corners. So if I did this one, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 energy thing. That will put me up to 6, nearly my maximum on my water holder. And I do want a lot because I'm going to be first, so I really want as much stuff as I can to hit that water line. In fact, part of me is even wondering whether it would be worth doing a carrier upgrade, but I've only got 2 energies. And so if I did do a carrier upgrade, I would be problematic when it comes to the energy, because then I'd only have 1 energy left. So maybe those 3 waters is good. But I also then have to think about energy, because we are rather short of energy. And it's not as if I'm going to be able to buy any energy, because there's none in the market, and none is going to miraculously appear before I go in. So I'm thinking I'm going to want... I think I'm going to want a bit of energy. Yep. I think I'm going to get an energy converter, so that'll be another 2. Energy converter on there. So that will give me 3 energy when I produce energy, thanks to the nicely what's-itized. I'm going to get already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water. If I supercharge one of those waters, that'll give me 6 water, which is the maximum I can get on my carrier. So that's, I think, where I'm going to go. And that will cost me only 1 energy to do that, which is handy. And these superchargers are a pain in the neck to put on. There's a trick, isn't it? Because then it only goes one way. Yeah, but I can't see the half moon without my glasses. That's the thing.
You just got to hold your mouth right. That's all. There you go.
Where did he come up with these? Okay, so that will give me a maximum amount of water and a big burst of energy as well, which I think will be just what I will need.
So I'm 1 energy short, is how it comes out from what I want to do.
Don't say that, Vincent. You're spooking me.
I had my whole turn planned out, but then I realized I'm 1 energy short. So, I'm 1 energy or $2 short, as it were. So I'm going to get a supercharger. So that's a water, an ore, and 2 quartz. The supercharger is going to go on the water, for sure. Water is worth too much to not. That's going to definitely come down here. So that's going to be one of the energy accounted for there. Then oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not in an oh. An ore, a water, and 2 quartz. It's another supercharger. So if you don't have a lot of energy, make superchargers.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I have 1 water left, which I don't think I can do anything at this point. So the other question is whether or not I just toss the ore converter.
Oh, that'd be sad.
It would, wouldn't it? It'd only get me, it would get me an extra 2 water. I'm producing 1, 2, 3, that would get me 5. But I could only keep 4 of it, so I guess it doesn't make sense. Oof, I'm done. I hate it though. I was going to import a tank, but then I realized, yeah, a second supercharger might make more sense.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm importing a tank.
Take care, Luke.
Water and 2 quartz and 5. I get a tank, please.
Yep.
And it's going to go down the bottom and then flip the water with the energy. That guy. So 2 water down the bottom.
Gotcha.
And I think that is all I'm going to do.
And Greg.
All right. I'm going to import a tank. And put it in my last remaining spot, and I might as well pay 8 for a quartz converter, which will get me 3 quartz this round. And I will spend the 2 energy gladly to get that.
All right, extract your stuff. So I'm paying my 3 energy to do it.
So I pay 2 energy, and I get 3
2
quartz.
1 energy, and I get 2.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry. Water.
3, so I get 2 back.
And 3 energy.
Net gain of 2 energy, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 waters. Six water. If only I had a bigger airship, I'd get more.
All right, everyone, produce. Quartz. Buy or sell?
I will buy back quartz, please. It's the last one in the market, so I'll take it.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, player 2.
Do I need to hold on to my quartz?
Player 2.
Oh, sorry.
Would you like to buy or sell your quartz?
I'm not buying, but I might sell. But if I sell, I can't do the imported tank.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I need more tanks. There's no doubt. You guys don't.
We do need superchargers.
Don't need to. I definitely need, man. No, I'm not. Bump the price too. Oof.
12. No.
Alrighty, and this is where getting fourth was going to pay off. If I can make this work. So I don't think I need a tank. I think the more important thing for me is building license. And for that I'm going to need water. For water I'm going to need money. If I keep 1 quartz, sure. I could aim for engineer again. I've gotten it plenty of times. And I'm starting to catch up to Martin in money, although he's about to make that not true. I'll sell 2.
$28. Price goes up 1. We go into ore. Martin,
I would love to buy some more.
alas,
Alas.
will not. I will sell my ore for $6.
I have $5. That is incredibly sad. I cannot.
Oh, did you want the ore?
I would have taken it.
Oh. Well, I'm going to sell... Oh, wait, so you can't buy. So this goes up.
Yep.
I did. It already went up.
Oh, you already...
Yeah, you already.
No, I moved it for mine.
Oh, for me, you're right. Yeah, so it goes up because I.
There you go.
Yes.
So for 8, I will sell my last ore.
And it goes up again. Okay.
Because I'm not buying a supercharger. So what do I
Water,
need ore
Martin,
for?
make your money.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to sell 5 this time for $60.
It goes down 1.
Oh.
Yeah, pass me a 10, please. We'll pass a few 10s over for the bank over here. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I'm selling 2. And if I screw up, so be it. I will sell 2 for a total of 18.
Wait, where'd you
I just, oh,
move the wrong market?
I did. This one.
Yep.
There you go. I am selling 2 for $22.
And it goes down 1.
There goes down 1.
Yeah, I'll sell 3.
For 30.
Okay, 30. Thank you.
And I will buy... Well, what do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4 water. That would be $32. Yeah.
Take 52 and take 20 back.
Thank you.
So you're buying how many?
4.
All right. Energy, how many are you selling?
None at all.
Well, I'm Fubard.
Yeah.
Counted on Martin selling some. Oh, move it up 2 more. I can't do anything. That hurt.
I need all that energy.
So, all right, Shrey, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide whether I need
Burbank.
4 of these. I think I need only. I think I can't sell.
Oh, I like to hear that.
Whoa! Look at that. Look at that.
I mean, realistically, I need 2. For what I'm planning, I only need 2. Or, yeah, I only need 2. So I'll sell the 1 for $11. If I only need 2, why bother holding on to all of them when there's money to be had? So that goes up 1. This only goes up 1.
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, I didn't get any of my water.
You bought 4, yes.
Yeah. Be good to have that.
Okay.
So the next phase.
So certificates.
So we'll do Martin and then we'll wait for Edward.
Looking around. I am not going to buy or sell any certificates.
Okay, so now we wait for Edward.
So this water production is working out for you.
It has done, yes, but water's price is now no longer as impressive as it used to be. So.
Yeah.
It was good while it lasted. I'm certainly not complaining about it, how I did on those 2 turns.
I've just suddenly realized I don't know how to entertain without Edward around.
Yes, we've all gone very quiet, haven't we? What do we do? So, some GTRs. How am I feeling about the game so far? Well, as to position in the game, I feel I've had a really good couple of rounds, but I am extremely good at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. So I feel on tenterhooks of, how am I going to screw it up this time is generally my feeling. As to I'm actually enjoying the game more than I thought I was going to, so that's good as well. But of course,
That makes one of us. Good. I'm glad. No, I just realized. Okay, I'm doing a very good job of teaching you guys what not to do. So I misjudged.
We
Buy or sell
are buying,
certificates.
buying, selling certificates.
I like to not.
Okay, I'm gonna not do anything yet.
Oh, yes. I'm next. I will buy one of
Luxury
these.
quarter.
I was toying with buying a luxury quarter, but I didn't want to lose my last ore with no ore available. Well, there's a bit of ore. Well, there's not going to be.
Right.
Well, there is. I guess there's one because only one tank's going to be made.
Yep.
It's going to be tight.
And I bought a building license so that I can build my license. That sentence made sense.
Okay.
All right. So produce a tank, right? Yep, one tank.
Yep, one tank. One tank this time.
Okay. And next round, put these back. Get the bonus resources. Rock and roll.
Oh, sorry, I put it in the wrong spot there.
And the airship comes off, right?
Yeah, 2 bonus resources? Oh, 3.
3. Yep, one from each track. I already put them down.
All right, auction. Lady.
1. And then figure out what I'm going to do. How much do I care? That's the question.
5.
Pass.
Oh. 10.
11.
Pass. It's you two.
Pass.
Ah,
Let's see what you
11.
take.
So 11.
You're going to keep first player?
Oh, I'm going to go second for
You're not.
once.
Okay. And your bonus resource?
Oh, my bonus resource. Ooh.
Quartz, water,
Very. Oh, God, I'm going to have to decide on the bonus resource. And I like them all. Well, actually, no, I don't like the water so much anymore. Quartz or ore. Quartz or ore. Quartz or ore gives me some options. Should I want to go after a supercharger, which I probably wasn't going to do, but I might. I'm going to go quartz. It's also worth more in the market.
5.
Pass.
10.
Yours.
10. This. And can I have the airship captain and first player?
Unfortunately.
And the engineer? Actually, no. They're all really good right now. I think I'll take first.
One.
2. Yeah.
3.
4.
What do you want? What color are you?
Green, for once. Ever.
Pass.
4 it is. And I will take the airship.
That worked out.
You get your water.
Oh, thank you. It was primarily to go before
do you
Edward.
want-
I'll take the building license. Okay. All right. So player 1, or I'm sorry, auction.
Auction.
Auction. The auction spot will be
you
this one.
Okay.
You might as well keep it orange.
Your first bid, Shrek.
I'm willing to pay 4 for it.
5.
Oh, nothing.
It's rounded up, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
6. Shrek.
Oh, I'm just going to drop out of this.
8.
10.
12.
Yours.
Thank you.
It's the best I could do because I can't afford to get stuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 6. Which is nice. That's something that's worth 25 points at the end of the game.
Yeah, but if I wasn't gonna outbid you.
All right, claim, lady.
The one that makes sense, right?
And roll it.
And, all right, I rolled.
Poorly every time.
Come on. No, I rolled well the first round.
Oh yeah. Oh right. And then when I needed you.
My final claim on
you
the
get
fast
15 or do you
spot.
get the spot?
15, or do I get the spot?
Spot.
Spot. Good.
Oh, we don't even get to roll. But it's okay.
You can turn a business license.
It's almost as if.
No, sir. Oh, you're first. Son of a.
Oh, what's
Oh,
that?
that was definitely a glory to Rome. I could.
Why do you think I went for the business license and 3rd? Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the airship down just on a spot.
I approve of that spot. Win-win. The river can only produce water. It can produce water and energy.
And energy.
And energy. Yes.
So the airship's there.
Wow. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna wait for Edward to put the airship down.
All right. Pay your activation costs unless you're me.
Oh, you're not?
I don't know that it makes sense because I can't power anything.
Oh.
I have no energy. I could turn them all into energy producers, I suppose, but I'm not going to give up. Yeah, I don't know. I needed to be able to get that one.
But you get a water, I think.
Yeah.
You do get a constant.
I'll decide when it becomes my turn. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. All right. I will spend a water and 20. What can I get? A tank.
Yep.
And it's going to go here. And do I need... yeah, I'll spend 2 more. Can I get an energy on it? And that, I think, is it. That is it. Yes.
Wrong one.
Yes.
Don't accidentally give Martin points.
Right.
I will spend my energy, I think.
Water. Yeah.
There you go.
So me next. Well, I'm definitely going to pick up a tank for 20 bucks and a water.
That's fine. Oh, actually, sorry. I was just wondering whether I should put that over there and swap the. Let me think about it for a second. I'm getting 1, 2, 3 water right now. No, I need the water. That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yes. Just more.
I think this is optimal for you, because you'll have just enough energy to cap out.
Yeah.
So energy prices are high, stocks are low.
Actually, you have one
second.
energy too much.
1, 2.
So
you'll make
getting
4.
plenty of energy
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
spending
good
3
move, I
Spending
think.
2.
3.
Oh,
Okay.
I missed that bad boy.
Yes, and indeed, how much energy could I get if I went all the way up to 8? That might be interesting. Can only power 4, of course, but no, if I'm getting energy, it's not so much of an issue. Calculate. I think I am going to upgrade the airship. I'm going to use that ore that I was nervously holding on to and upgrade the energy airship to. Because however much energy Shrey sells, he's going to have to sell quite a lot to get the energy up to levels where it's not a reasonably good deal.
I bought a tank. Sorry, I forgot to put it down. Push it down.
Yep. So I just bought a tank, so it'd go down.
Yep.
Another one because I was on 20. So
Yep.
So I'm going to be spending. First, I did these 3. I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy, not counting any supercharger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would still have to spend 1 to power that. So I'll be with 7 energy, maybe an 8 if I throw in the supercharger. So that's probably okay. So that would argue for 2 more for another energy. What's it? Go long on energy. Water situation. If I run at least that water, I'm going to get 2 waters. And water is not particularly worth selling at the moment. It's good to have a couple of waters, I feel. 1, because I want to be able to play this game next round. And 2, second, because that gives me the option of perhaps picking up a tank to fill one of those spots or something. So I think I want to keep 1 water in place. These can only produce water or energy, however, but that's okay. So maybe I want to do this. Now that, of course, will mean I produce extra energy, because I'll now produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the double of that. But I will now cost 2. So I'll only gain a net 4. And I've got 3, so still enough to make the 8. And I've got these 2 sitting here to produce something. And I think I need to produce other stuff like ore and quartz. So an ore and a quartz is going to be 13. 1 of each. I'm not really sure which one I prefer more. Quartz is nice and pricey at the moment, which is good. But they're both also very useful for things like luxury quarters. So I think I need to have them. And I think that's going to make a reasonably good set of things to do. I can't buy any more tanks even if I wanted to, because I don't have any water. I've got a couple of quartz lying around, but there's nothing much I can do with them unless I was to buy a supercharger, and I can't do that, so I'm done.
Okay. I'd like to buy a tank for right there. It's 22. I'm going to keep it as a regular old water. Do I bother dealing with an ore converter? I think I do. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to kill one of the quartz. That's not that one. Not that one. That's not
That's
mine.
mine.
Then you can just swap it.
There you go.
That'll do.
And
The
put
ore
the ore on it.
Yep. And that'll be $5.
Still angry with me for getting that not selling any energy last round.
No, not at all. Just got my colors mixed up.
And I think that's all I'm going to do for the round.
All right, I'm spending 13 bucks a water and 2 quartz. That's going to get me an imported tank, and all 4 will become energy converters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
If you guys will help. Speed this up. Just make a, there you go.
Oh.
Perfect. We'll keep the superchargers together. There we go, done. All right, so now produce. So mine costs nothing to produce. So I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the superchargers, I can hold 8.
Wow. Okay.
It's going to cost me 2 energy to produce. I get 1 ore, 1 quart, and I also get 2, 4, 5 water, and 2, 3, 4 energy.
So it costs me 3 energy to produce, and then I get 4 energy, and 3 water, put that down there, and then 1 quartz.
Sir?
So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double that 6 energy. I'm going to spend 2 energy, so it's a net 4 energy comes in. Net 4 energy.
There you go.
Just 7 and 8, because I made a mistake, because I should have moved the supercharger over. I'm going to get 3 waters. I only really wanted 2, but... oh yes, yeah, of course. So that was an error. I should have had an extra energy and lost the water. And then a quartz and an ore. Ah! And that was an even bigger mistake. I've got 2 quartz sitting there. Twit! That's what I am today.
Well, then,
2 mistakes.
if that's the case, then I'm... Whew. All right, so resources, quartz. Player 1.
Oh, so I need... do I just sell 1? What do people have?
0. Yes, 2.
I have
Yes,
1.
1.
Yeah, I'm just selling 1. For...
15.
Yeah.
Price doesn't change.
Goes up 1.
Price goes up 1.
Done. Player 2.
I'll sell 1 for 16.
Now the price. Yeah.
Stays the same.
There you go.
Price
Yep.
is the same.
And player 3.
I cannot afford it, and I think I want to use it for something else. So
It doesn't move, and I'm not doing anything. Doesn't move. Goes to ore. Are you selling any?
I'm not selling any.
I'd
Player
love to
2.
buy some.
Hold on. Okay, not selling any. Would love to buy some. Player 3.
not selling. Malarkey.
Do you want a luxury quarter, or do you want to get 13 cash? Looks like
13 cash.
price will go up 1.
Yeah.
And I'm not. There we go. So now we go to Agua. Player 1.
So if I sell 1, its price is just still going to change by 1. And you have some, and you have a lot. I'm going to hold on to my water.
Okay. Price goes down 1. Player 2.
The next turn is going to be the very last turn.
Correct.
So I'm thinking I want enough energy to power all of my non-water things, because I'm going to want to use up as much energy as I can. So even though it's very tempting to sell the energy, because it's 12 a shot, it's very nice. Look at those ore and what's it prices. Assuming they continue to hold fairly stable, which I think they will, then I'm going to be better off producing ore and quartz next go, rather than going for selling the energy now.
So what do you want to do about water?
Water, oh. That is a very good question. Okay, water, yeah, I'm not selling any water. I'm happy to
Okay,
go with water.
so price goes down 1. I am going to purchase.
See where my mind was at.
You're going to wait a second.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking out loud.
I think if I sell 3, that's 18. That's going to keep me floating in the game.
Yeah, I want to go after you, obviously. So
Because what do I need? I need this for the thing I want to buy. I need this to activate next round. I need this for the tank. That my dreams are made out of. Yeah,
18 bucks.
$18.
Price goes down too. Thank you much.
No problem.
Um,
It's a cooperative game.
apparently. I will buy 2 waters. Is that right? Yeah. Better make it 3. So 12 bucks, getting 8 back.
Price goes to 3. Okay.
All right,
That's stabilized.
player 1. Now we are in energy.
If I only, I wish, because he goes 12, 11, I assume. Yeah. Oh no, I'm looking the wrong direction. He goes 12, 13. This is just 1 each. I would love to sell 3 so that the price doesn't go up, but I don't. I can't sell 3. So I'm selling. I'm selling. To sell. I'm selling 2
Okay, so it only goes up 1.
for 24.
Martin?
Well, my question, I mean, I gave all my reasoning before. The question then boiled down to, do I want 6 energy to power all my tanks if I move these 2 off the water? Or do I want to hold on to a 7th to give myself the ability to buy and power another tank? I think I'm not going to want the 7th, so I'm going to sell 1 energy for 13.
Okay.
He's got it.
Oh, he's got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the most amount of tanks I can possibly power next round are 4 anyway. Gonna need the money though to get that tank. Gonna need the quartz to get that tank. Ooh, I am in a tricky position. Is it even worth selling the energy? Yeah, if I... Wow. I do nothing.
I'll sell 5 energy for 65. So that was a good change of direction on my part, at least. So there's that. Okay, so now certificates. Player 1,
Luxury.
player 2,
Luxury as well.
player 3,
Business. Building.
player 4 elects the knots. All right, producing 1 new tank. And these go back. Airship comes off. All right. Everything but ore goes out.
Yep.
Okay. Who was lady? Shrey, go for it. Final round.
Yes, final round, and you guys have a lot of money. All right, we'll start at 1, since that's what
2.
Martin was doing.
Hmm. $10.
$11.
12.
13.
A moment. I'm mathing. Give me a second. Oh no. Yep, I screwed that up. Okay. No. Okay. Well, what's the current bid?
I think he's at 13.
13.
Yeah.
15.
Pass.
$16.
Pass.
17.
What do you want?
I want one of these.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's somewhere between here and there.
You are correct.
Yeah.
How did... That's scary how you...
Yeah, it's all the mind reading I've been reading up on.
It's not there.
I'll go 18.
19.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Felix, what's up?
Okay, it's yours.
For 19?
Let's see if you take the one I want.
Now I gotta figure that out. No, I'm kidding. So what do I want? It very well might... So I mathed this out right. I'm gonna... It's either going to be an energy or a water. I'm not sure which it is. I'm pretty sure it's an energy. You know what? It's an energy. Just to hell with it. There we go. And I'll figure it out as we go. So there. Go.
So back to you.
1.
2.
5.
8.
9.
12.
16.
Pass.
17.
19.
Where are we?
I bid 19, and Greg's deciding whether he wants
Okay.
to.
Got it.
Do I need to go first? No, I don't. 20.
I do, Vincent. It's moot, but it's going to at least try.
21.
Yours.
All right. Need one more. I'd rather fight you than fight Martin with the big stack. Taking this, and I think this is a 25, and that's going to be, if I don't take this, so that would be
Hey, Banker Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too little, too late, but at least it's at
engineer
least it does something.
and building license.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 is not.
That's pretty much what I was going for too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going for the $15, but
All right, fellas.
1.
it's yours.
Okay, I'll take it for 1 then. I'll take
Get the water.
the crummy Ventra.
And water.
And I will take the one I wanted. Well, the one I'll deal with.
All right, so now we auction a zone.
So you have to pick one of the neutral zones.
Oh, I get to choose a neutral zone to auction.
Yes.
Oh, but I was thinking, it's going to be useless because there's no open
I would
zones.
prefer this one if we're voting.
We
I
are
figure
not.
I'm dead last. I figure that would make the most sense.
That's the zone.
Perfect.
All right, lady. Start. Okay, 1. Maybe it'll go for 1.
1, 2,
Yep, 2.
oh,
3, 4.
I'm going to go with 20.
That's a strong bid. That's solid. I appreciate that. Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Okay. I could go one higher than that. Do I want to? I think I will hold up on my cash.
22.
25.
26.
I guess I don't get a bid.
Sorry, we thought you
Are you playing?
No. I pass, I guess.
No.
So you said 20.
I said 20.
Oh, then
It's back to you because you passed.
I passed the 20. So it's you.
So it's my turn. Thank you. I appreciate it. I pass.
Glory to Rome.
So where are we?
I just wanted the option, damn it.
I forgot.
20.
So 20, and then you said
22.
25.
26.
Yeah, at that point I'm losing money. I said at that point I'm losing money. But then I'm making you bleed if I go higher. But then it's
I
funny.
might make you bleed more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's go. It's yours.
For 13.
For 13,
Yep,
yeah.
good. 13 for 25 at the end of the game. Definitely worth it.
Yeah. 26 for 25? Not worth it.
No.
All right.
All right. So we're good. So that was the auction. Now claim a zone, which if you do not have a building license, you cannot claim a zone. I elect to not. So 2.
I also elect to not.
3.
I will do this one. Oh, that's...
And by the way, those are unavailable for a smaller player count. Just FY. Okay, go ahead to mark off zones. 4.
Yeah, which one do I go in? I think I'll do this one.
Yeah, might as well get something out of it, right?
And airship. I mean, it's pretty obvious you're putting it here.
Yeah, no.
You sure it's not here?
Really? That one?
Okay.
You know, I
No,
could...
that doesn't make sense.
well...
It's either there or the river, but you're helping the leader.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
I think it makes the most sense. I don't like it, but it makes the most sense.
Yeah, I should
All
have.
right,
I should have
everybody pay your water. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take these off the board real quick. Just I have this already planned out. So there. Okay. So I have 2 superchargers still to come. And those are going to go on the 2 new tanks that I'm going to buy, which is $44. And those are going to go on these. So that's going to go there and go there. And it's going to cost me $10 for the ore converters, which is $54 total. Oh, look, I have $54. And that's the 2 tanks. The turn of the yellow player is complete.
And you had the superchargers already? Or?
Yeah, I had 2 superchargers,
And you
and
don't
all I
use
did was manipulate, move them around to
Yep, makes
save
sense.
time.
Yep, good thinking.
FYI, there are 2 energy converters left.
There'll be more for you.
Yeah.
So,
want them.
my previous thinking that I went in that laborious manner about the energy was completely bogus because I forgot about the fact I have a limited storage for my ore and quartz. So I can't actually just willy-nilly produced ore and quartz.
Yeah, oh, trust me, I ran into the same problem because I can't upgrade my carriers because there was no ore, and I was going to try and go for the auction because I wanted the ore to be able to upgrade one of my carriers. And then I was like, well, I better do something because I can't just produce energy because I'm first. So what do? So I decided to go for the ore. And the reason I went for the ore instead of the quartz, just to be clear, the reason I did, even though this is $1 more, is if I don't go for the ore, it's going to bounce up 2, which 2 brings it up to 18, which is a net loss for me. If I'm making 16, whoever else is going to go 18. So it made sense to me, whereas this only goes to 17. That was the actual thought process on this. There was a lot of thinking that went on since I had all of last turn to think about it.
Impressive. I wish I was able to do that much thinking. So water's of no value at the end of the game, pretty much, right? Well, just its value in the market.
Yep.
Right. So it's not going to be super valuable for me to go for water. So I think I might as well get these can do energy, because energy may still have some value. It's still sitting at 12
After I take
there.
the hell out of it.
Well, you can tank so much of it.
Sure.
I mean, even whatever you
drops
do,
to
you can
9.
only send it up to drop
to
down to 9.
right.
So it's still going to be something. So, and I can only produce 2 quartz maximum, because that's all the space I've got. So I could do that by, for instance, plopping a supercharger onto the quartz. Then, oh God, I've got my usual, I can't see the thing.
You got it.
There we are, finally, yeah. Too small for my old eyes, even with glasses on. So that'll give me my 2 quartz. I want to get 3 ore. If I do those 2, and that will at the cost of an ore converter, which is, 5. I should be able to max out my ore. Which will be good. And that kind of leaves me then with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy. I'm going to be spending 1, 2, 3. So that'll
5
be
energy, to be clear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's doubled 6.
Why is it? Oh, the airship. I apologize. You're right. Sorry,
Yep.
missed the airship.
So
Yep, you're
6, but I'm going to be spending 1, 2, 3, so I'll get a net 3 of energy. I've got 6 in here, so it means I'll lose in energy, but other than that, I'm fine. I can't think of anything else to do because there's no more ore and quartz that's worth producing. Water's useless, so I'm done.
Great.
All right, I'm third. Some shenanigans I did not think out super well. That's going to go over there. I know that much. And I think these are going to both be energy. So we'll do that, and we'll figure out what's going to go there. Because water's functionally useless at this point. So why don't we make this one that, and I need one of each of those for 13.
One of each.
Or in a quartz.
Got it. Where at? Sorry.
To synergize, so there and there.
Got it. You are green.
Yep. And
Wonder Twins, activate.
yeah, I think that's the best play because this is most likely gonna produce. Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to hold on to all that ore. Quartz.
I guess that makes it either or quartz.
Yeah, I'll get 1 quartz too many. Darn.
Oh, I just realized I have the same problem.
Yeah. You know what? That's not a bad problem to have.
We all have crosses we must bear, fellas. We all do.
All right. Yep. 13.
All right, and bring it home.
Yeah. So if I produce 3 of those, it's more than I can hold. So I can't spend it on anything, unfortunately. I can import a tank, but it's not worth it because I'm spending too much money for a tank that only gives you 25 points and a water. Or an energy, rather, is probably what it would be. But I don't think it's worth it. So instead, this did not work out. I need to upgrade more capacity ships.
Yeah,
upgrade. But I mean, the downside is they're not worth anything at the end. It's just it's a tool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be very handy to have upgraded ships at this
Boy,
point. Thing
wouldn't it?
always very hard to get at. And I didn't produce any earlier on. Maybe I should have done, just to get that or those ships upgraded. I wasn't paying enough attention to that, I think.
So how much ore is being produced? 2, 4,
If I'd got
5,
an upgraded one of these ships, it would be very
7,
nice.
8, 9, 10, 11, potentially.
Yeah. By the time it gets to you, it'll cap out.
But how much will it have dropped? It'll drop.
It'll drop all the way back to 15. It's going to be worth 15. No, am I doing that wrong?
No. It's going to drop because
Well, there'll be 11 in the market.
5, and then there'll be another 3. So it's going to drop 1, and then it'll drop another. So it's probably going to drop 3. So ore is probably or quart. That's probably the thing to do. All right. So I'll buy 2 ores for 10, and just put them on the 2 waters down there.
That it?
That is it.
All right. So extract. Get your stuff. Basically, for me, I'm gonna tap out or max out my energy and get 5 ore done.
Max out my quartz, max out my rocks,
1, 2,
and
3, 4,
only 3
5,
energy.
6, 7. And I had 9. So
Yeah.
and then spend the 2, 2, 4, 5. There we go.
Oh, I get more energy. Yeah. So I spent 3, and then I get 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Resources, quartz. Nothing for me. So there.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Oh,
actually.
that's nice. I hadn't.
There too.
So you're not going to be able to take the last luxury quarters, so I need to reserve a quartz for that. So I'll just sell the 1 quartz for 17.
All right, and
It
it'll
saves at
stay the same.
17. And
3.
you are going to take the luxury quarters, so there's no point in not spending all
I
of
didn't
it.
say that.
I don't know.
No,
4.
7.
Oh, you
7.
had, you had 4.
Yes, so it goes
68.
down 1. Thank you.
And
now it's
Spend
worth
7
16.
and get 75.
So I'm getting 3.
It just
I'm turning
tops
in
out.
3.
There you go.
tops,
Yep.
And that'll go down 1. So 16, 30,
48.
48.
Just set that anywhere.
There. And I need 50. Thank you.
All right. Then, or I choose to sell 5 of them.
I'm shocked.
$75, please.
And the price stays the same.
Yep, which is
you.
fun.
I will choose to sell 2 for 30.
The price drops. Okay.
Yep, and I will choose to sell 3 for 14. Edward?
What? Oh,
3 at 14.
Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, it does go down. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry. What? It's 3 at 14?
Yep.
42?
Thank you.
Math. And I'm selling 3 of a 12 each for
36.
36. So here's 4. Well,
Wait, how much did you get?
36.
Oh, I think you said 40.
36. So I need 25, 30, 40. Okay.
Good?
Good.
Yep.
All right. Agua. I'm not doing anything. It doesn't move. Player 2.
Not doing anything, it doesn't move.
3.
Not doing anything, it doesn't move.
4.
Why wouldn't you sell?
Well, you sell effectively at the end of the game anyway.
And it
I'm going to
goes.
sell because it's going to drop the price.
Exactly. That's what you should. You're selling 2.
Yeah.
We'll drop 1.
Yeah,
There you
good
go.
point,
Yeah,
yes.
6.
Yeah, we just lost a
Yep.
buck
Maybe I
each.
should have done. Oh well.
And now for me, I'm selling 8 energy. So that'll there. That's 96. 96, please.
And it drops 3.
Yep.
I can only sell 2 energy, right?
No, you can sell as much
Oh,
as
you can
want.
sell as much
Oh, I
as you
can.
want. Yeah.
Okay, so in which case I will sell 8 energy at 9 apiece. 9, 8 are 72,
And I'll buy
correct?
3.
I'll sell 3 energy at 6 apiece.
And it drops by 3. And now there's no reason for me to sell, but there's no reason not to either. So,
$16.
get up 16. Can I get a 10 or 5?
Certificate.
Mm-hmm.
As in
Quarters.
singular.
Yep.
Done. All right. Now we go into the end of the game. All right. So end of game scoring is your cash on hand. Okay. You sell any resources that you have left for current market prices.
Oh, that would have been an 825. Oh.
Then, I'll wait till everyone's done that. Good enough. Then you're going to get 25 for every claim zone, or 50 if it has a tank on it, or 100 if the tank has a supercharger on it. And $50 for each luxury quarter.
Yeah, you did better than I did.
Kidding?
Seriously? How much? No.
474, yeah. Oh, I did poorly. I did incredibly poorly.
Make sure I did this right. 50, 50, 50, 50. That's 200, 300, 400.
Uh-huh.
550, 621. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had almost no cash on hand. I had no luxury quarters. I have no superchargers, and I have the least amount of plots.
I took second?
Might even taken first.
See, no way.
Yeah. Yep. 617.
Superchargers.
Because you ended up with more money on hand than Martin did at the end of the game.
I did a good job of taking first and making sure I maximized the market.
Yeah.
But I mean, I essentially punted on one round.
But you've got more superchargers.
I have 2.
He's got 1. 5, 6. 6 tanks to 7 tanks. So I guess.
So I think I'm looking at 814.
I was being optimistic.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. All right.
Sorry. It takes me a while to add up, I'm afraid, even with the calculator.
So Martin 814.
I think I haven't double checked.
All right, so here, let's run through it then, if you're worried about it.
So I reckon I get 4 points for my resources because I have 2 waters.
Okay, well, don't worry about that yet.
Okay. I'm just going from the top of my list.
Well, okay, 100, 50, so that's 200, 250, 300, 400, 425 for all of that. 425, 525, 575, 585, 589, 689.
689? Oh.
Yeah, this is
I forgot something then. Okay. Or counted something wrong.
So double check, hold on. So this is 100. If it's got a supercharger on a place, it's 100.
Okay. Right.
So that's 100,
Yep.
150,
Yep.
200, 250, 300, 400,
Yep.
425, 500,
Oh, I know what I did.
600, 685.
Yep, 685. 689. You're correct, I'm wrong.
So Martin at 689. Somehow I took second at 621. Shrey, by the skinniest of skin, 617. And Greg, thank you for playing. There we go. All right. Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
that score, 4 points,
Yeah.
that was because I bled him dry in the last auction.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, okay. So let's start on that side of the table. When Martin's done
No, carry on. I'm
recording scores.
I'm just getting ready to record scores, and my thing is just
All
not
right.
cooperating.
So, thoughts on the game in general. So, I'll start with you, Greg, since this is only your second game.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I really like things that are, I wouldn't say this is heavy with theme, but it's heavy with personality.
How so?
The theme, I don't necessarily feel that's there. Like, it's just kind of pushing stuff around. But there's a lot of personality here. There's a lot of art, a lot of the different characters with the, I forget what they're called already.
Specialist.
Specialists. and the tanks themselves are very intricately designed. It's really neat in that regard. And I like the game mechanics. I'm just really bad at them. But I'm notoriously really bad at auctions and valuing stuff, and especially market games. So even though you'd think, oh, it's a land grab game, it's all about getting property and getting your engine going together, it's really about making sure you can make some money through the market and through the auctions. If you overspend or underspend, then you're just getting resources to manipulate the market. And yeah,
That's exactly what I did. Yeah, that's exactly it. How about you, Martin?
Yeah, it was interesting. After we played the practice game, I enjoyed the market manipulation, the whole dynamic market thing, and I asked you sort of what other games are out there that have this element, because I was thinking about it, which is a kind of silly question for me to ask, because just a few weeks ago we played Automobile, which has exactly that same market manipulation element.
Navigador has it as well,
which I've not
to a lesser
played.
degree,
Yep.
but yeah.
And I was thinking, after that, well, actually, I preferred Automobile, and I actually came in today thinking, I'm actually not really that looking forward to playing this, but I'm on stream, I'm a good soldier, I'll play it. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought. And I think I got a little bit more into seeing how some of that market manipulation could happen. I mean, the water thing in the middle of the game for me was fantastic, and it was kind of accidental. I didn't really plan it cleverly, but at least I could. When somebody hands me a golden egg, most of the time I do actually grab it, and that really played out well. And I'm thinking, I still feel when it comes in that comparison to Automobile, the edge goes to Automobile, because I really liked how streamlined and really boiled down to its essence that game is. But the fact that this allows you to buy and sell intermediate resources as well as the final resource gives this an interesting extra dynamic, which I think is really, really nice. Another thing I thought about the game, I was reading earlier this week or last week, Space Biff Dan Thoreau.
Yeah.
He was talking about how when we talk about theme, he likes to think it's better to separate in setting and theme, where the theme is kind of more the sense and the feel of what you're doing, which in this case is, I would imagine, putting words into his mouth, means this whole dynamic market, the selling of resources, all the rest of it. And the setting is, it's a steampunk space kind of thing. And the setting of the game, I don't think comes through super strongly.
I don't either. The artwork wise, yes, but nothing else about this game says steampunk to me.
Yeah, like I said, it's just the personality of the game is strong.
Right.
But the theme in terms of the mechanics of it really comes through really well. So I thought that was an interesting way of thinking of the difference between setting and theme.
I could see that.
And that was quite nice. When it comes to the physical layout of the board, though, I have a lot of problems with the componentry, the ergonomic design. I mean, I really wish they had the power grid-like cubes here rather than this track going back and forth, because I'm often misinterpreting what these two things mean or getting them confused as I'm glancing at it. And it would be much easier to see price and how much stuff is there, and the cubes on Power Grid do that perfectly. And Power Grid only is older than this by 10 years, so it's not as if they couldn't have figured that out. I also find these really fiddly. I mean, they kind of look cute.
They totally are.
But I mean, there's got to be a better way of doing that.
Yeah, when you first pulled them out of the box, my first initial thing was, "Ooh, that's really cool." 5 minutes into the game, I was like, "All right,
that's a pain in the butt." Yeah, fair.
Yep.
All right, Shrey.
Martin put it really well. Like, the market dynamics of the game are really interesting. My issue with it, in comparison to Automobile is interesting, is I struggle with understanding order of play in this kind of game.
What do you mean? In what way?
Like, if I go first in this round, or if I go last, if I go after this person who is building this sort of resource, like, it's going to help me or hurt me. Evaluating that is in here is important, and I don't evaluate it fast enough.
Okay.
I think if I was to play this a bunch more times, I might get burned out on it, like you did.
I did originally,
ago.
sure, yeah.
Whereas Automobile, I feel, is actually a simpler market game. It's in terms of sort of understanding what people are what people are building, what people might build, the potential there, and I find that it's easier for me to keep track of, which makes it easier for me to understand, to try to predict, and so I feel like I have a better time actually playing the game.
Is that because of, and I'm guessing, I don't know, but is that because of the dynamic turn order, the fact that it doesn't go just strictly clockwise like it does in automobile?
That is part of it. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I think I played automobile almost 10 times now, and I'm never gonna. I don't think I'll wear that out.
I agree.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, yeah, right.
This one I feel like it would get to that point, but I do totally appreciate this market is unique in that, whereas in automobile, so you can buy resources to spend later, and you can sell, and the resources you buy or sell, you have to make a decision whether to keep them for buying other things later. Whereas in automobile, you're producing cars to sell. You're not producing cars to exchange for other factories or whatever.
Right.
The market dynamic in automobile is strictly to produce and sell. This is much more about like figuring out what you need, what you can sell, what you might need to hold on to.
It's a lot more like a stock game where it's more liquid than it is anything.
Yes, it's very dynamic, and there are more levels to this than there is in automobile because of that fact. And for me, I hear what you guys are saying. Automobile's a top 50 game for me. It's one of my favorites of all time. However, I like this market better. One of my favorite things in all of board games is a dynamic market mechanism like this, as opposed to something like a Clans of Caledonia where it has a dynamic market that barely moves.
Right.
This wildly fluctuates, but it only does so based on what it is that we do. But there is huge market manipulation within this game that puts it more akin to something of, I don't want to say an 18xx, but the market aspect and how far that can fluctuate, I love that about this game. And I struggle mightily, as you guys saw, in predicting what other people are going to do. I failed majestically in one round doing so, but that doesn't lessen my appreciation or my enjoyment of this market because that is the game, in my opinion. It seems like that the game is here, but it's not. In my opinion, the game is here. This is simply a tool to get to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that they spent all of the money here. I feel like this game has a lot of overproduction.
Yes, because 100%, it does.
Because it ends up just being about a little market, a little tiny market. Like Container and the Estates kind of do it well, where it's just very simple, it's more abstract. And I think if this was a little bit more abstract, it'd be fine.
I don't want to make a broad generalization. I say that, but I'm going to. It's a fantasy flight game. And it very much is a fantasy flight game with the plastic, with all of the tanks and all of this stuff over here and how it all fits in. I love the concept of it. But in actual functionality, it's a pain in the butt to have to always plug in and, does this fit this way and whatever. And I would have liked more of a focus over here, kind of like what you were saying, Greg. But overall, really my only huge issue is this right there. However, another thing that would have been nice is some way of showing that these two are what drive the local
Tanks,
market.
yeah.
Just a little thing with a tank down below it, that a little line that shows that. Because I, for the longest time, struggle, it's these two, right? Another thing that I do like on the other flip side of this, though, is the fact that you can change the order of these each game if you want and randomize it and set it up before the game, and you know what the order will be. It keeps it a little bit more fresh and gives you a little bit more option there. But overall, I really like the game, even if I don't love the game. But boy, do I love that market mechanism. Oh, so much. So very much.
Yeah, it certainly is an interesting contrast to Clans of Caledonia. I only played it once, but again, the market was, is this going to move ever? If it was real, then I listened to you and you played it several times and never saw it move.
Yeah, it was
And that's such a shame, because I think my frustrations with I really would like to see somebody completely redesign this certainly the graphically, possibly the setting as well, but definitely the graphics side of it, and give it a really much better picture. I think that would be really nice.
I think so, and just production-wise, streamline it on one side and make it a little bit more user-friendly on the other side, I would say.
Yeah, it is kind of hilarious how this is like this. All the plasticky bits are just very much so much going on, and then over here it's just flat.
Right. But again, that's an aesthetic. But from functionality, I mean, it worked fine.
Yeah.
It does its job, but I do think the difference between the price and the quantity available, the could be better defined. But yeah, I hear you. So overall, take the show out of this, would you want to play this again? Realistically, we're not going to for a while, for the simple fact that I got to send this back to Vincent. But even if I didn't, the show moves on. So therefore, mostly with our game group, the games move on. But that aside, would you want to play this again, Greg?
I would not choose to play this again, but if somebody else wanted to, and we hadn't played it in a couple of years. Maybe 6 months or something like that. I don't know what the time is, but you know what I mean. Someone comes up to me in a little bit of time and says, "Hey, play that Steam." I'd be like, "Yeah, you know what? Sure."
Okay. How about you, Shrey?
I think I would actively like to play this again a couple of times in the short term to try to get to a point that I feel like I understand how to manipulate the stuff better.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I think it would probably burn out after that.
Okay.
But I think there's a lot here for a handful of plays within a quick succession.
Okay.
Well, you run into the problem of it's a fine game, but there's so many good games out there, and I look at it and think, actually, I'd like to play Automobile a couple of dozen times first, and then I might be ready to toss to something different.
Then Brass again.
Well, yeah, and that's not even counting Brass, Pax Pamir, Keyflower, all these other games that I just don't play enough of. And I think that's, at the moment, it has to fall into that category. There's so many good games.
For me, I love the market manipulation as I've beaten the dead horse pretty well. I think that is fantastically implemented in this game. But overall, I'm okay with moving on. I don't mind. If I never play Planet Steam again, I'd be okay. I would never, I don't want to say never. I'm unlikely to clamor to play the game, but I would play it if somebody wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I'm good. I'm okay. But again, I've played it now 10 times, which for many modern board gamers, that's a lot of plays for a game. Not all. Obviously, there are people out there that play games 300 times. I appreciate that. I am not one of them. But 10 plays for a game feels like a reasonable life for a game, and that's about where it hit for me, and I think I'm all set. I would play it, but I'm not clamoring for it.
I think the thing that would disappoint me is if I don't play it again anytime soon, and let's say in like 2-3 years at HeavyCon, someone's like, let's play Planet Steam. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to relearn how this game, not the rules, but how it interacts, and it's gonna be a game that will be slightly dissatisfying because I'm not gonna be able to get it. So coming back to a game like this in a few years is just like, that's why I say in the short term I would totally play it again. But
that makes sense. So play it numerous times in a relatively short period of time to get the max out of the game.
That's what I would.
Yeah. Anything else?
Minor point that Bill pointed out, yes, it's nice to win, but Jess wasn't playing, so it doesn't really count.
The rest of us get discounted, but not wrong. So there you go. All right, cool. So thanks, everybody. That was a good way to spend a Saturday afternoon. If you're sitting where I am, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully you guys did. Thank you, fellas, for being willing to do this. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Subscribe, like down below. Support the show over on pledgehc.com. Really does help us, and it helps you all. Next week is the biggest week in the history of the show. We have about a dozen live streams coming, and we have a full episode coming with us two for Pipeline. That'll be out. The plan is to have that out on Monday. We're going to be live streaming through Gen Con, which means we have about 10 to a dozen games. We're going to be live streaming from the studio here with a huge mix of all of us. So it's going to be 2-3 live streams a day during Gen Con. All games that are debuting at Gen Con or that are only available as demos at Gen Con. So hopefully you guys join us for that. I'll be back Monday at 11 a.m. for the weekly look ahead, which will cover all of this in detail. Until then, I've got a lot of work to do. So we're out of here. I'm Edward.
I'm Greg.
I'm Trey.
I'm Martin.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll catch you all on Monday. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.